Hello, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the Sewing Quarter. I'm Natasha McCarthy and you have me for the next 4 hours along with a very lovely lady. Yes, we've got Jenniffer Taylor here. So let's see what we have coming up for your delight today. Today is Wednesday Wonders, and at 8 a.m. we've got Jenniffer's Home Makes. Oh yes, some cracking things coming up at 8 o'clock. Then at 9 o'clock, I'm going to rename this. It says Tash's Tool Time, but actually it is the Flower Power Hour. Is Flower Power Hour at 9 o'clock. I'd like to play Spot the Flower throughout today because we've strewn the studio with a few. 10 o'clock we've got Sashiko's School, yes. So Jenniffer's School of Sashiko continues with some really rather lovely designs. And then at 11 o'clock, brand new fabrics. Butterfly collection, there's a bit of a Japanese theme in there as well. It's all rather gorgeous. So you need to make your appointment here today for Wednesday Wonders. So get in touch. We love to hear from you. I've been off for the last week, packing up my house for moving. So I haven't said hello to a lot of you for a long time. So get in touch. Here's how. Head to the website, which is sewingquarter.com. You can watch us live. And then just to the right-hand side, our little message box. It's moved. It used to be underneath. It's now had a little trip over to the right-hand side. There it is. Message us. If you've got lots to say, email, which is studio@sewingquarter.com. Or if you've got pictures, photos, anything like that that you want to send in and share with us, then please do. Underneath is going to be everything on today's show. So that's yesterday's. That's all about to go, ready for today's beauties. So here's how to get in touch. studio@sewingquarter.com. Send in your photos, any of the makes that you've made. We love to see it, relevant or not. We like to see. Yes, that's how we do it. So this hour, we are making things that are beautiful for your home. Let's dress up your home. Let's give it a bit of zhuzh in the home. And we've got some Scandi zhuzh. We've also got some lovely vegetables for you today. Oh yeah. So let's start off with some Scandi here. So we've got 1/2 meter of each and coordinating thread. You know what we like to do. We like to give you that thread as well, so that everything is there ready for you. $10.95. Yes, yes, yes. A fabulous price there. Lots that you can do with that meter of fabric there. QJGC30. That's your code for that. Now, let's have a look at the grey Scandi. Oh, I do love a grey Scandi. Hey, look, these could be, maybe you're starting to do Christmas things. Maybe you just love that bit of Scandi element around your home. Here it is, $10.95, ABGC51. Grey, very, very in at the moment, isn't it? So Jenniffer's nodding. Oh, yes. So this is a perfect addition to your stash for any time of year. Now, let's have a look at vegetable-based fabrics. One of your 5 a day, absolutely. Here it is. I love this one. This sparked a big potato bag debate last time we had this on the show. But this is your homegrown cream fabric and thread. You get cream? I'm just making up words. Green and cream. It's a mixture of the two. It comes out as green. $10.95 and your thread. Hey, that thread matches perfectly. And then purple. Maybe purple is the way. Aubergine. It's highlighting that aubergine with this one, which is absolutely spectacular. And, of course, that lovely aubergine coloured thread as well. Again, $10.95. All of these coming in at $10.95 for 1/2 meter of each of those fabrics, all 100% cotton, and then your polyester thread. Hurrah! And we've got books for you. So much on the show. Now, let's have a look. Home Sewn Home. Let's just give you the details of these, then we'll go over and see Jenniffer. $14.95 for your Home Sewn Home. Lots of lovely ideas in there for you. We'll have a look at that more closely in a bit. Let's have a look at your Fun with Fat Quarters over here by Jennifer Gardner, which has just got lots and lots of different inspiration ideas. It's $10.95, but of course, don't forget, if you're getting any of these fabric bundles, it's the equivalent to 4 fat quarters. So you've got oodles in here. But what we've done out of this book today are some beautiful baskets and all sorts of goodies. So this is the book we're looking at today. It's Debbie Shaw's So Useful. And it certainly is. Under a tenner. £9.95, limited stock on this. Grab it if you haven't already got it. And let's see what Jennifer's making today. Hello.
Hey.
How the devil are you?
I'm good.
Haven't seen you for ages. Well, in fact, the last time I saw you, we did our last school of Sashiko.
Sashiko.
Exciting times.
It's been ages. I
Missed you too.
I love this fruit and veg. It's great, isn't it?
Big fan.
I really like it. And
I'm going to be honest, it's quirky and I love it.
It is. It looks really good. And I'm saying that I don't need to eat vegetables now, so I've already had 2 of my 5 a day.
Yay! Here it is. Now this, get rid of that book. This, it came out of So Useful here. Debbie Shaw's So Useful. Check this out.
Super useful. Bathroom,
you can pop your veggies
kitchen,
in there.
You name it.
It's got to be popping your veggies in there. So useful. This is the book, Debbie Shaw's book here. You have got 23 different projects, and this is all about storage solutions.
Yeah.
So for me, storage, always a big issue. And here it is, sorted. Sorted. In the book, step-by-step instructions. And so, do you know what? Absolutely perfect.
I love it.
Because then you've got the photography. And in fact, in the book, she's done one, and I know you're a dog lover. I'm a dog lover.
I love it.
She's done one, and she's got sort of like your threads type photo of a dog, made a bag out of it.
Sticky otherwise you can see it. There you go.
But this is it. This is the
one.
No, you made this slightly smaller than is in the book.
Only fractionally.
But it's a good size.
It's a good. I mean, the great thing about I'm going to break it down for you. We're going to do the doorstop today, but it's the same process. You can make these as small or as big as you like. You could have a tier of these, put them in your bathroom.
I have a certain Scandinavian bookshelf that I'm sure a lot of people have out there.
Nicely put.
I've got a cube type design, but the boxes that go in there,
15
quid
They
each.
are expensive, and it's just plain colours, isn't it? Where you want to add a bit
and
of
it's their
vibrancy.
colours.
Yeah, exactly. So like you can make your own.
All the colours.
You can make your own. It's so
Perfect.
simple.
Well, it is, and then I can have that maybe in there, and then a few books next to it. It's that sort of thing, isn't it? It doesn't all have to be one thing. It can be as beautiful and bright
as bold as you like. Absolutely.
So, where do we start with this?
Okay, so this is the storage cube from our. It's not Wendy Gardner, is it? No,
this is Debbie Shaw.
Debbie Shaw. Sorry, Debbie Shaw. Her instructions are wonderful. She's a fabulous author. So it's definitely a book full of inspiration. And how to make this cube is just basically squares.
Yeah.
Lots of squares, that's it. So in this case, the difference between this one and that one is that there's one extra square.
Excellent. Okay.
That's it.
That's fair enough.
All right, okay.
This is what I was saying. Oh, it's gone again. This is what we were saying about earlier. With maybe if you bought your threads off the show the other week, then you can. There we go. You can pop a picture of your dog.
So cute.
Because dogs have paraphernalia too.
Well, the amount of toys that my dog Renton has, he needs his own bucket box.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Of course he does.
So that is an extra side, but same process as this.
It's exactly the same process. Obviously, with the storage one, it's lined, so you've got the lining in there, so you just need to double up on your squares. So obviously, on this one, you need 5 squares, but for our doorstop, you'd need 6, because obviously you've got 6 sides to your cube. And then the handles are pretty much the same process, but with this one, we've decided to put a bit of wadding in there.
Nice.
So everything is exactly the same, but so many different projects.
Something new for you today. I'm excited by this.
Oh, you heard the clunk? Is that what it was?
Yeah, no, I heard the clunk and it reminded me, because I've been waiting for this for so long.
Let's bring it in.
Ladies and gents, it's in. You might be looking at this and going, why is she getting so excited over a bag of white stuff? Oh, that sounded wrong, didn't it? But this is full of your pellets.
Your pellets.
This is your pellets. So if you are making door stoppers, weight it down.
As well.
Toys that you want to have a bit of weight in the butt.
Yes.
This is the one. This is also the one if you're making any of the iPad things, you can put it in there.
Yeah.
Bit of toy stuffing, bit of that. Done.
Dish bash bosh.
We haven't had this yet. You are getting a full kilo there for $6.95.
Bargain.
It's great. And also, the thing about this, because you might be saying, well, I'm going to fill with rice. But if you're going to do a door stopper that's in any way, shape or form likely to get wet, you want the plastic. Don't put your rice because it'll go, you'll get weevils.
Ew. I really like it.
It's good, isn't it?
And I like that it's white as well, so it's you won't see through the fabric.
Yeah, look at that.
Love it.
So this
We're genuinely
brand
excited.
new today. I know. It's great, isn't it?
Oh, are
so,
they grey? I thought they were white. They look white in this
grey?
light.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no, they
apologies.
are grey. Grey.
They're very, very light grey.
Heavy grey plastic pellets. We like.
We're excited about it.
Limited stock. Grab it. Check out your basket. You can check out your baskets as many times as you like throughout the day. We will only charge you 1 p&p. Hurrah! It's going to sell out already, apparently. So you've been waiting for it.
See, I told you we're excited about it.
With good reason. With good reason. That is going to sell out. Please check out your baskets. We'll try and get some more. Don't know when. It's taken us since January to get that.
But we got them.
We did. We
got them.
So yeah, let's make. Let's make.
All right, let's move it out of the way then. So let's move our Debbie out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on with our doorstop. Oh, we've got a bit of fluff there. Let's move that out of the way. So I've gone with the Scandi.
Nice.
It's lovely, isn't it? Now I'm just sticking with the bolds at the moment, so I'm not patching into them, as you can see. Whereas with my example, you can see that I've pieced a few pieces together.
Like.
So there's no reason why you can't make this as elaborate as you like. This is your doorstop.
So you can.
So I've just
you can
got a little
piece.
So it's got a little cross your heart in the top.
Oh,
with the handle, see? Always thinking, always thinking. So with this one, I've just got our 6 squares. So I've gone with 3 red and 3 of our Scandi hearts. And it's about putting those together. So I'm going to do alternative sides. So I'm going to have 2 of my Scandi and 2 of my bold. Okay,
Nice.
so it's going to be opposite. So I'm leaving those for later.
Hang on. What have you done to this?
Oh, sorry. I was like, what do you mean? What have I done to it?
Sorry, that sounded a bit
I've done
school,
absolutely nothing.
What have you done, Jenniffer
to
Taylor?
this?
What have you done?
Oh, I felt I was in trouble then. I've gone ahead and interfaced ahead of time. Okay. So all I've done is just made this a little bit smaller. So it's this. I can't remember the squareage on that now. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inch.
Yeah.
So I've made that a 6 inch square, and it's just so that I know what the seam allowances are, which was half an inch.
Oh, so that's giving you that guide already.
Giving you a guide.
Nice.
And the reason why I've done that is because this is my tip for making sure that your cube is nice and uniform. Cubey, pointy corners, nice size. So the only reason why I haven't gone the full, you can go the full length and go in with a pen if you like, but I've just decided to cheat a little bit and go a little bit smaller. So it's a 6 inch interfacing, but it was 7 inch fabric.
Which interfacing? Because this is the thing. I look at interfacing. Which one? Which do I need?
There's so many things to do.
That's what happens.
That's so many things. So you've got 2 different types of interface. You've got the iron-on, so I went with the iron-on today. But if you're going to make in clothes, I mean...
Medium weight?
A medium weight, yeah. You could actually go a little bit firmer if you wanted to as well, if you really wanted it. But I wanted a plush one, so I just wanted a little bit of stability.
Okay.
So it depends on what look you're going for. You can see mine's got like a little squidgy feel to it. So I didn't want mine boxy, okay. So I went with a medium.
Right, okay. So on the website, we've got your iron-on, and we've also got a sew-in. Now, the sew-in, this is a lighter weight one, isn't it, if you want it a little bit more plush. But check out the website because we've got lots. $2.95 for your medium sew-in. Good job. Okay.
It's definitely, I mean, just their interfacing is gorgeous anyway. Just grab it, regardless of this project.
Well, you need it because then at some point,
you always need interfacing. You always need interfacing.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's move. I feel a bit squashed.
I'm gonna put that in there because it's sold out.
Oh.
Well done if you managed to get that already.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
There we go. Right. Okay. Let's consecrate.
Yeah.
I'm going to need the iron out in a bit, so you might want to create a bit of space over there for a second, just to give you the heads up.
Right.
Heads up.
Right. Move that over there then. So.
Oh, I've got the one piece.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Right. Okay. So 2 red, 2 Scandi.
Why have we got a notch out of that one?
I'm going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So the reason I've just done it again. I've picked it the wrong.
This one, 2 notches.
Oh my! Should we get out? Go back to bed. Get out the other side. I think we're having a bit of a day today. Okay, so with my Scandi fabric, what I've decided to do is make 2 little notches in the centre of the top. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that there.
Yeah.
Little notch for you there. So that's purely for me, so I know where I'm putting my handle later. So do that before you start sewing. So these are going to be on the front and the back, or the side and the side, whichever way, it doesn't matter because it's all the same. But on 2 of your fabric, and in this case I've done it on my Scandi, I've just folded my fabric in half, like so, made a small notch. You can see that it's within my seam allowance, so you can't, so you won't see it later. It's just so I know that it's in the centre of my cube when I come to sew it up.
Reference point.
All right.
This is the dressmaker in you, isn't it? That likes a notch.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
Can't help it. Right, so right sides together on our fabric. So I'm going to go in alternatives. So I'm going to go Scandi red.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm just going to sew. Now, with the cube, you would go from the top all the way down and stop half an inch away, which is your seam allowance here.
Right.
But in the cube, I'm going to be leaving a gap on both the top and the bottom. And the reason why, not the cube, the doorstop, sorry, is because I'm going to be adding a top to it.
Ah, so no top, you sew all the way up to the top.
Yes, if you're making the storage cube, then you would go from the top all the way down and leave a gap. Whereas because I'm making the doorstop, you're going to leave a gap both sides. Okay, that's the tip. That's the tip for doing this. Okay. So I'm going to go in with my sewing machine.
Yep.
I'm going to do a little locking stitch at the top and all the way down to the bottom.
Once you've mastered the cube, this is the thing, isn't it? Once you can do a cube, once you can do these, then there's no stopping you. No. Storage is no longer an issue because you just size it up, you size it down. It really is that easy.
It's super easy.
It is super easy.
It looks complicated because it's a 3-dimensional structure, isn't it? I mean, and obviously because it's a square, you're like, there's so many corners, how am I doing all this? But hopefully I shall demystify that for you.
We like that. And that's the thing. So suddenly door stoppers, boxes, all your storage boxes, makeup boxes, things like that. Think of
children's toys. Cubes.
Yes.
You can make dice.
You could put rattles and all sorts of things in. Now half the stock of the Debbie Shaw book is gone already. If you haven't got it, for under £10, it is a cracking book. And it's all storage solutions in there, which is absolutely lovely. And I think this is the thing, isn't it? By the time that you've bought the book and you've got all of those ideas in there, and then with your favourite fabrics, you're making up for your home and you're getting exactly what you want in the colours that you want, the linings that you want, whether it's going to be, kids' toys as well. I know you said make a kid's toy out of this, blocks and things like that, tumbling. One of Freddie's favourite things when he was super little were his cloth tumbling blocks.
Yes.
Some had squeaks, some had rattles, some had all sorts. And you can do that.
Little activities cubes, I think. So like one side has a pocket on, or the other one has some ribbons that they have to tie and buttons, like a sensory cube.
Fab. But
really
also,
good.
then you do a matching cube to pop all the toys in afterwards.
Pop all the toys in
Yay!
afterwards.
Now, once you make your cube, then here's taking it to the next level. Because we mentioned the plastic beads that have now gone. Well done if you've managed to get those to weight down your door stopper. Door stoppers are great, but if we want to use them outside, which is a thing.
Well, just in the kitchen. It gets mucky, doesn't it?
But it's just if you want to be able to wipe it clean, or if you want to be able to use it outdoors on a damp surface, because, you know, it rains. Someone switched on winter today. Then you're going to want to eau coat it, which will make it effectively like an oilcloth, so that it will repel that water. Okay, so that means that if you eau coat your fabric first, sew like you would normally, just use it as normal cotton as you would, but pop your eau coating on first, then all of a sudden you have got effectively an oilcloth that you can sew without having to get special feet or anything like that, and you can then do a door stopper for outside. Our sitting room doors open onto the patio, but you see our dog Jack, he's a rescue, and he's obviously had his tail slammed in a door at some point. He gets really upset if a door is just left. So for us, this is absolutely perfect. $14.95 means that I can now eau coat, and because otherwise I'm trying to get a chair to
they're
jam the door open.
They're just handy.
But he does. He has door stoppers for all of his doors. Door stoppers for the dogs. That's what it's come to, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I had to make a quilt for my sofa because of the blooming dog, so you're not the only one.
Yeah, it's all good.
Sewing for your pets. I was going to say, well, my dog bowl for Renton is by the door, so when he's charging in and out with his ball, constantly knocking the water over.
Yes.
So regardless of whether it's inside or outside, mine always would definitely get wet. So mine's going to get odour coated for sure.
Perfect. We've got messages. Patricia. Rachel in West Midlands. It did say Patricia there for a second, didn't it? It did. Rachel in West Midlands says, "Good morning, lovely ladies from a wet Wolverhampton."
It's horrid.
That's not too far away. We can concur. It is absolutely cats and dogs.
It's vile. I've got coldness in my bones today. Put your jumpers on.
But do you know what? Always sunny in the studio.
It's so true.
Patricia in Hampshire says, morning girls, order the veggie in aubergine and the book can't wait for delivery. Says Trish Moody. Thank you very much, Trish. Lots of Patricias this morning.
I know,
that's in Hampshire. Hampshire Patricia.
Oh, nice.
All over the place. And another one, Lorraine. Good morning, Lorraine. Hi. What have you used for the tidy wadding? Ooh, we've got a bit of a treat for you because... Now, has this been on the shows before? Because I haven't had it.
I don't believe so. Don't quote me, though. It's great, though.
It has been on, just not on our shows.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Check this out. This is fab. Woohoo! We haven't had this before, you and me.
No.
Now we've got it. This is brilliant. This is your Visaline. You get a metre of this. This is your foamed lightweight fabric. But I have to say,
it's
Angeline Atwood did a Visaline special and brought this to air. But for me, this is a treat because it's just brilliant. Because normally you'd use wadding or something, but this is far denser, so it's giving you that structure.
That structure, yeah, absolutely. It's perfect for your storage boxes, definitely.
$9.95. Pop it in your basket. XFGQ02. So it's lightweight, but you can sew it in.
Love it.
You can do whatever you want with it. Brilliant. So that's what we've used. So you can cushion, you can stabilise, pad things out. Brilliant. You know what else?
Activity mat again.
Activity mat, dog bed. Because you know, if you put dog beds in the boot of your car or something like that.
Yeah.
Job done. That.
Well, I need the iron, my darling.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I can do that. Here we go. Let me move all of that. Have a little tidy. What are we ironing then?
So I'm pressing my seam open, and I think this is the key for the storage boxes, to be honest with you, or if you're sewing cubes, not storage boxes, is make sure that you press your seams open.
Right.
I'm just going to go. I've just done some quick finger presses, but I want to really make sure that they're how they need to. And again, this will make more sense when I get to start putting on the bottoms. Yeah. So definitely take some time to press these nice and flat.
Prior and proper preparations
is a
prevents poor performance. We actually had someone email in and ask what that was. Tash says something with a lot of P's. What is it?
What is that?
Now then, let's have a look at these bundles because a lot of you going for the fabrics. Let's take a look. This is your Scandi. $10.95 there for your Scandi bundle. QJGC 30, half a metre of each, and your thread. Happy days. That's gonna do you a few door stoppers, isn't it? And then the grey one. You see, grey. My brother's just done up his house. Looks absolutely stunning. Grey is
really lovely, doesn't it? It's timeless colour, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's fab. So, grab your grey Scandi. And you are good to go. Oh, yeah. $10.95 again for that. And again, don't forget, you're getting that thread in there as well. Now, be like Trish.
I love it.
Be like Trish. Get your aubergines.
I had aubergine last night for tea.
Oh, very tasty.
I really enjoyed it.
Roll up. Get your aubergines, turnips and tatties. $10.95, KTGC07. But if you want it in a different colourway, actually, they would look lovely. Yeah. They would look great, wouldn't they? Both of those together, because that green and that purple, beautiful.
I love it.
And again, $10.95, half a metre of each, and your thread. Happy days, hurrah!
Hurrah!
Indeed.
I love it. I really like the veg one. I didn't see the colour combination of the aubergine one. I've got my eye on the aubergine now. I like the green one, but now I really like the aubergine.
I like them both.
Beautiful.
I think the green and the purple works beautifully together.
Does look very good.
Right, so we have got... Oh, this is starting to take shape.
We have an inside-out cube.
Whee!
So there we go. So starting something magical. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and sew our handle, I think.
Okay.
Because I was thinking about how we're going to fill it, because obviously we've got our beautiful pellets, haven't we, which aren't our sister bee. If you've got them, great stuff. I'd want to put those in first before I do the stuffing. So where I would normally do the bottom of the bag, and leave the gap in the bottom, because obviously it's the base and I'm hand sewing that shut, you won't see the stitches. But if you're doing a ladder stitch, you won't anyway. But because of the beads, I know this is the top because my V is at the top, I want to put those in first and then I want to put the stuffing in. So it just makes more sense. Otherwise, it's going to be complicated.
Don't make it complicated.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just easier doing it this way. So I'm going to do the handle
Handle
next.
me up.
Handle me up. Right, okay, so your handle, so if I just move that out of the way.
Oh, nice.
I've gone ahead and done already. So if I unpin that, I just haven't sewn it. So in essence, it's just a strip of material, as you can see. Okay. Again, I've just done some notches on the one end and the other end, just so I know where the centre of that is. So one coincides with what I'm about to do with the sew, but also where it goes on the cube.
Yes.
I've pressed under here it's about half an inch, quarter of an inch seam allowance. It doesn't really matter, but as long as you've got a little bit of a curve, that's what we're looking for.
Yep.
So a single hem. And you can see that I've got some batting in here.
You have just a bit of an off-cut.
A bit of an off-cut of batting. So this is the natural batting, but it's just really nice. It has a little plush handle. Whereas if you're going to do your storage cube, you might want to use some of the interfacing instead. It's more of a rigid one, but it's entirely up to you. But because it's a nice doorstop, I'm going to go with some batting in that one.
Do it, yes.
Okay, so we're going to be folding it in half. So not quite to the first fold, okay, and then folding it back on itself. So again, I know that the side with the single hem is matched up with my notch on the other side. Okay, so I just know where it's going to be. So again, hot iron at the ready, press, 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 press. And then what I'm going to do is just go down the centre of my strap with a line of stitching to secure it in place. And then I'm going to do 2 parallel lines of stitching just to give it a bit more extra body.
I think we can handle that.
All right.
Oh, yes. So whilst you stitch down
Stitch
there, this is what we're making. Now, which book did this one come out of?
So this one came out of Wendy Gardner.
Ah, Wendy's. Let me find that. So lovely Wendy Gardner has done Fun with Fat Quarters.
Fun with Fat Quarters.
Which always makes me giggle. Anybody else who's Big Bang Theory fan will be thinking Fun with Flags. But this is actually Fun with Fat Quarters. Let me open this up and show you some goodies from in here. Oh, look, we've got the page marked there. Now, Wendy's embellished hers with all sorts of goodies, which you can too. But this is it. This is it. Looking absolutely lovely. It's one of those things that are just so handy.
It is handy.
I hate that. I hate it when the wind whips through the house and slams the door. Just puts me on edge. Don't like it. Lots of goodies in here. You've got pinnies, fat quarter pinnies and stuff too.
There's lots and lots of projects. I just love having books in my sewing room, because that minute where you go, I want to sew something, but I don't know what I want to sew, and you just have these books that give you that inspiration. And even especially with Wendy's book, because obviously it's Fun with Fat Quarters, so you don't need a lot of fabric. So even if you don't have fat quarters, I'm sure you have leftover stash somewhere, but you only need small amounts of fabric to make these projects, so you're well away. You are well away. So it is definitely a nice book for inspiration. That's super cute.
Now that is going to be perfect with the Vaseline, potato.
It will. It's so lovely.
Thing, isn't it? But you can, and then you've got a floor mat.
Yes.
To put that baby down safely.
Exactly. An Oda coating, then it will be a picnic blanket.
Or a changing mat.
Or a changing mat.
Nice. Nice. All options are out there. We love it. And that is $10.95 for Fun with Fat Quarters.
Ta-da! So while you were having a little chat there, so we've got our 3 lines of stitching. I mean, this is optional, but it just gives you that really nice handle, doesn't it?
Let's see this. And it actually, because it's giving it that kind of a quilty look. There you go.
Really simple, but just effective way of doing your handles.
Now, you can use this, obviously, for bags, things like that. Once you know how to do a handle like this, once you've got a handle on it...
I walked into that one.
I know. Sorry. Right, where are we putting it?
She's been off. She's come back. I don't know.
You think these are my jokes?
Oh, gosh. I'm pretty certain they are your jokes.
Really?
Yeah.
Not producer Paul's.
No.
He loves a joke.
He loves the joke.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So we have our cube with no bottom or top at the moment.
Okay.
We've got our 2 little V's in the top, and they're in my Scandi side of the fabric. Okay. And we've got our handle. Okay. So now you need to place your handle into the bag. Okay. So obviously your natural way would be, I want to go this way. But then if you do that, it's going to be inside out. Okay, so make sure your handle is doing a U into the square. And I'm going to just place my notches. So remember we talked about those 2 V's.
This is why they're there.
This is why they're there. Just helps it, I think. Just makes it a little bit easier. Otherwise, you'll have an off-centre handle, and we don't want that.
Now, Beverly in Ayrshire says, morning, ladies. I've made these before. Love the Debbie Shaw books. The sun is shining in Scotland. Glad it's shining somewhere.
And that's unusual for Scotland. Is it unusual for Scotland?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll let you have it then. We'll let you have it.
You can have it today as long as we can have it back tomorrow.
Yeah,
then
that's all right.
Fine. So handles are in.
Handles are in.
Stitch these in now.
Yeah, so I'm going to stitch them in now to get those pins out of the way.
Okay.
It just makes it a lot easier. So make sure that you're sewing these in inside the seam allowance, and we know that's 1/2 inch at the moment. So make sure it's like at least 1/4 inch in. All right.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do a quick tack.
Whilst you do that, I have an update on the most popular bundle. Let's take a look, which is the grey Scandi. You see, this is it. The grey goes with everything.
It does.
Maybe you are going to send, because it's getting to that time of year, isn't it, where you send your kids off to uni. Obviously, you know, if they're like of uni age. I'm not
just
sending
send
Freddie
them
yet.
off.
Yeah, just send them. Maybe you want to send them off with a door stopper and some storage and send them off with something beautiful. Absolutely, because, you know, student accommodation, bit drab. Send them off, make it look lovely. ABGC 51 there, £10 and 95 pence. Please check out your baskets for that because it is uber popular. Ooh. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. It's very, very lovely. I love it in the red though as well.
It's nice in the red. It's very festive in the red.
Do you know what I would be filling this with as well?
What?
Obviously the beads, if you manage to get hold of those, but I'd also be putting in a few of those cinnamon sticks and stuff like that.
Oh, for a Christmas one.
That's going there.
That's a good idea.
I'm going there already.
That'd be lovely. And then you can get some little orange sprays, can't you? And just give it a little bit of a
spritz. Yep.
Oh, that's a really nice idea.
See, when I make my door stoppers, I always put lavender or even soaps, you know, beautiful scented soaps, and I chop them up and they put them, and then when they get the movement of the beads against it, it brushes against it and you get that aroma.
Sets it off.
So if you're doing a door stopper for a teenager's bedroom or something, it's a discreet way of getting something that smells nice in there other than socks.
I love it.
Yeah.
You've just given me an idea, thinking about Christmas. You could easily, like, fussy cut some, you know, from the leftover fabric and make really cute little cards out of them, or little tags for the presents.
Nice. Or flowers. I see. But then I'm seeing flowers everywhere.
You're flower
which will be next hour. Talking of flowers. Oh, an email from Debbie.
Oh, hello.
She says, morning, Tash and Jenniffer. Good morning. Oh, she's very excited because her Elna embroidery machine is being delivered. She's happy.
Have so much
fun. Who wouldn't be?
Oh, can we get a little picture of your face?
Oh, yeah. Now, if she's getting the Elna embroidery machine, then you need to get the fat quarter book, because when you get yourself any kind of new machine, this is a great way.
For you.
Well, it is, because then you can get to play with all your different stitches.
Oh, yeah. I do like playing around with
So you're going to have to get to know your machine, and these are all just different stitches, different embroidery stitches, different embellishments, or you could just do a whole...
Change your thread, switch it up. That's
nice.
Cute.
We've got a new leader, apparently.
Have we?
Yeah.
What is it?
Not like, you know, political.
Oh,
we're talking like... This isn't any kind of political broadcast. The aubergine has overtaken the grey Scandi.
I knew it would.
Hey.
It's that lush purple. Gorgeous.
Love it. And this is something that you can gift to people. You could pop a plant in there. You know, welcome to your new home gift, something like that.
That's
brilliant.
Nice. Is that a hint, by the way?
Yeah, I do move 1st of September.
I know, that's
Feel
so
free.
exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
My birthday's before then. Lots of opportunities. But it's one of those things, isn't it? And actually, I would be putting vegetables and things like that in there.
Oh, nice.
Lots of these kitchens have little areas for baskets and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
But you see, I don't like baskets in the kitchen because they gather dust, and I'm not sure that I want to put my food in something dusty. But one of those,
So you could even half that and make it into a nice bread basket. Who was talking about bread baskets the other day?
I don't know, but I'm going to go over here and have a look at some fabrics.
Ooh.
Now, because I want to show you all of them, quite frankly. Where shall I start? Ooh, let's go aubergine, because it is the most popular at the moment. Let me waft you some aubergine. Not everyone gets to say that every day. Now, 1/2 metre of each, which will make you storage, which will make you your door stopper. And of course, remember, once you know how to do these cubes, you can do them any size you wish. So whether you're doing, and actually everybody's got that drawer, don't they, in their kitchen that just has stuff in. Make yourself a little basket of it instead. So there we go, £10.95. You're getting your aubergine, but your fabric. But look at the colours. Look how well that purple goes. It's a beautiful thing. There it is. There it is. It's a beautiful thing. And of course your thread, which matches it perfectly. Perfectly. Let's have a look at the Hessian version. Now this, if you've got any kind of Hessian-y, creamy type, farmyard kitchens. Farmyard? No, not a farmyard kitchen. Farmhouse. That's better, isn't it? Farmyard. If you've got, you know, animals trotting through your kitchen, it's going to work a treat. Here we go. You've got your carrots, your aubergines, your radishes and turnips. It's all going on there. It's a veritable market stall in a fabric with the green. Love that green. This is a chance to boost some colour, inject some colour into your house, have a little bit of fun with it. Talking of colour, of course, we've got Kaif. He's king of colour, coming in tomorrow.
I'm excited.
Now that colour is fern, that green.
Oh.
But it's lush. I love it. I'm going grey Scandi because I know that this is a big favourite. So I've got 2 of these, 1/2 metre of your grey. Is that a heron grey? Which grey is that? Can't remember. And then you've got your Scandi grey, 1/2 metre of each, and oh, it's slate. There we go. But it's working. Either way, it's working. 1/2 metre of each of those, so 1 metre in total, and your thread. Halfway through the stock of that, please do check out your basket if you have that in your basket. Maybe you want the contrast of the red and that traditional Scandi red. We've got it for you, and we've got that thread as well, all matching, all good to go. I love that we give you the thread, and it's just, it's like, yeah. Do you know what? Here it is. Don't worry about colour matching. We've done it for you. All the hard work done. Just get on and play. £10.95. QJGC30. Nice. It's very nice. You're working with this red. That's what we're on today.
I'm working with the red.
How much did you have left over from your...
Making the doorstop? Yeah. At least enough for another one, I reckon.
Nice.
Yeah. If you are clever, if you're thinking about making this for a particular room, so you want your doorstop to match your storage, if you drop down your square size as per the instructions in the Debbie Shaw book, make the cube a little bit smaller by about 1 inch, 2 inches.
Oh, it's not
much.
Yeah.
Then you should, well, as you can see, I've managed to make a cube out of the leftovers by doing a bit of intricate cutting, by patching a little bit. Yeah. But you could get both projects out of one of your kits. Nice. All right, so you just need to squish it down just a little bit, and then you'll be able to get both projects out of it.
And actually, what a lovely gift for someone.
Yeah. That's cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just be a bit clever with your sizes, and you'll be able to get both projects out of the kits today.
Perfect. Debbie in South Yorkshire says, morning, ladies. Can you please let me know how you attach the Visaline to the storage cube so no bulk at seams? Thank you.
Okay, so if I use this cube as an example, so obviously very similar to how I've done with the interfacing, you know, where I made it 1 inch smaller.
Yes.
It's exactly the same process with your, the word has gone.
Visaline.
Visaline, that's the one. I keep wanting to say Vaseline, but that's just the wrong, a completely different word.
What we're selling today.
Visaline, right. So just make it 1 inch smaller. And as this is not fusible, I tacked it in.
Okay.
I physically tacked it in with a needle and thread. but you can get, we've got the spray here, so you could do it with the spray, the tacking
We've got
spray.
all sorts of tactics.
There's so many ways to do it, so it's whatever's easiest for you. I was unable to get outside because it was raining and it wasn't very ventilated, so I didn't choose that.
Right.
So I just hand tacked. All right.
Yeah, do spray this outside or in a very well ventilated area. Don't do it on your carpet, as I did, and then have to wash the carpet. $7.95 IUGQ 20. Any excuse to wash my carpet? $7.95 there, and that is repositionable. It will end up permanent. So brilliant.
Yes, you can. It's removable, isn't it? So if you go, oh, that's not quite right, you can move it up and down until you're 110% happy with it, which is great.
Now, Melanie says, hello, lovelies. Lovely ladies even. Got to have the grey Scandi. Which book does the tablet stand come from? Need these in my life. Love, Melanie. It doesn't come from a book, I'm afraid. It came from my brain, Melanie.
I did a tablet stand show. I'll try and dig it out for you, but mine had a little ledge on mine.
Yeah, I did one the other day to do...
More recently?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, then go for that.
Like literally a couple of weeks ago, but it's super, super easy, and I'll try and remember when it is. We do get asked a lot, actually, about that. So, yeah, I should just do directions, instructions.
Distractions.
Yeah. So Melanie, I will work out
for you.
I will work out how to let you have that information and get back to you. But it has been a recent show. I'm trying to think what fabric I did it with. Oh, no, it's down there. Hang on. I did just the other week.
It'll be just go to YouTube.
Find it. We'll work it. We'll find out for you, and then get back to you.
Right. Okay. So before we move on any further, so just to recap, there's my four sides of my cube. I've got my handle in place. Okay, as you can see there. So what we're going to do now is attach the top. Okay, so I'm just going to place that there.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with our Scandi for the top because my handle is red. But again, this is your cube. Do what you like with it. So it's about putting the right sides together. So the little trick here, again, remember the interfacing, I made it just 1 inch smaller. I'm able to match up the folds, which is why I thought it was really important that you press well in that area, because you want corners, okay? So I'm just going to pop a little pin in there. And also it's just a gauge on where to place your fabric, because you can see that you've got a bit of a corner here, and then you've got the folded single seam allowance there, and then the other side. So you want to make sure they're gaps. So if your fabric is touching each other at the very ends, something's wrong.
Okay.
We need those, I think they're called, dog ears, I think they're called. We need the dog ears. All right, so I'm just repeating that process going all the way around.
To be honest, this is probably the trickiest part of the whole make,
This is the trickiest part, absolutely.
But because you've already sewn on or ironed on your interface, and just use that as a guide, that is the handiest tip that I think there is for this.
Definitely.
Is use that guide or draw it on.
Or draw it on, absolutely. But the most important one for me as well, along with the interfacing, making it a little bit smaller, is definitely getting that press. That's the important thing.
Okay.
And it will make more sense when I get to the machine.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just doing my last corner now.
So this is the top.
This is the top. So when we were talking about it earlier about how am I filling it, normally I would fill from the bottom, so I'd go all the way around the top.
Yeah.
But because of the beads that I'm going to be putting into the bottom, the pellets, sorry,
yeah.
I'm going to fill in from the top. So make sure that you don't sew all the way around. You need to leave a gap. And I would suggest do not leave a gap where your handles are. So make it the clean edge. So in this case, there's no handle there. If I leave that open, there's no handle in that section. So I'm going to make that the area where I leave a gap. And also, don't leave a gap close to your corners. That's a really big no-no. You can, but it's very difficult later. Why make it more difficult for yourself? So leave a gap away. So come in about 1 inch and then sew to the corner and then go all the way around, so on and so forth.
Okay.
Okay, so make sure you don't leave
So
a gap
where are you about to sew now?
So I'm going to flip this over because this is what I want to show you. So you can see this corner here. Wait for you to come.
Almost. We're getting in there.
Yay.
We are.
That's the important part. You can see that we've got our Scandi here with our little seam allowance pressed over. We've got our other side here again with the seam allowance pressed over. And then you can see a square of the bottom fabric.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to sew down this edge. We're going to stop the needle where that fabric splits.
Yeah.
Rotate and then come down that edge.
Are you sewing it from that side?
Yes.
Oh.
I sew it from that side because I can see what I'm doing more easily. And then if I do need to make any small adjustments, then I can do it because it's facing me. Whereas if you're sewing it with this side, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing to see.
I'm with you.
All right. So
yeah.
sew with the vents or the darts facing you.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now.
Now, whilst you do that, Jenniffer Taylor, a lot of you at home might recognise Jenniffer from the Great British Sewing Bee. Now, exciting things are happening there.
Exciting.
Because the Great British Sewing Bee has gone, yes, let's have an entire show dedicated to sewing at the London Excel Centre. Exciting times. This is happening in September. It's live. It's the 21st to the 24th of September. Jen's going to be there.
Yay.
I'm going to be there. And because we're all going to be there, we want you to be there too, as there's no point. I mean, we'd have a lovely time, but, you know, we'd love you to be there too.
It's not the same without you.
No, we've got a discount code for you, so you can get a bit off your ticket. We like. So if you use, what code is it? SQPBDD for Delta. I can't see it from here. SQD, sewing quarter deal is what I imagine that probably stands for. SQD, then they'll take £1.50 off your ticket.
Okay.
Happy days. Helps, doesn't it?
It does
Especially
help.
if there's a few of you going.
Oh, every little helps.
Absolutely.
Every little
Come and say hello. Come and we're going to be doing
I
all
would
sorts
love
of
it.
workshops and all sorts of goodies and yeah.
There's lots going on. And I love the fact that it's a dedicated sewing.
Absolutely.
Very much after our own heart, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm coming round now. So as you
Corner.
can see, that I've left my needle in the fabric.
Yep.
As I'm pivoting it around,
Woohoo.
getting ready for the next one. So this is where this is why I said it's easier, because you can see, have I got any nicks or bumps or anything tucking under the needle where it shouldn't be, and I can make sure that I'm on track with my next line of stitching. All right, so it's just easier doing it this
When
way.
I was pregnant with my son, and quite housebound for a while, wasn't the easiest, the old sewing machine came out.
Yes.
Got dusted down, and that was it. And I started making a lot of cushions. This was how I started back sewing again.
Okay.
A lot of cushions, dog beds, and actually door stoppers.
Yeah.
And the number of friends, because I used to put pictures up on Facebook, oh, this is what I've done, it's a rainy day here in Cornwall, this is what I've done. And a lot of friends were like, oh, that's brilliant, could you make me some?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things, I hadn't realised just how popular door stoppers were. It's one of those things, you don't often see them in the shops. When you do, they're mighty expensive, but actually they're super easy to make yourselves. And it makes a lovely gift. And it's quick and easy to make, because we've got 5 minutes left, and I reckon you're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Yeah. With the bottom, I always used to double sew around the bottom, especially if I was putting a heavy.
Oh, if you're putting a lot of
anything
beads in there, definitely, or a weight or whatever. Definitely double stitch the bottom.
Now you've effectively double stitched, because you've already tacked in the handles. You've effectively double stitched in the handles for that reinforcing. So that you
so
can
the handles you're good.
Swing it around a bit.
So you can see from the top there, we've got our red line of stitching.
Because you're getting that thread in the kit, which is good.
I know, it's perfect. And you can see my gaps in the bottom there. So there's the gap in the bottom, and I can see that I've stitched from here all the way around the corner, all the way around to the bottom. So that's the top done. Now basically, you are just repeating the process now with the bottom, so it looks like it's all inside. There's the handle hiding inside. You're going to repeat the process with the bottom, and then you're going to turn it out.
Right. And it will be there ready to go.
And then it will be there ready to go.
Nice.
So then all you would be left with then, so let's pretend we've done the bottom, because you've already seen me how to do that. So now you've got, look how lovely that is. So now you've got your little gap in the top to fill with your beads, first of all, so weight the bottom, so that's all done. And then you can then go in with your stuff in. Alternatively, you could make a smaller rectangular, so it would need to be a 6-inch finish.
Yeah.
So it's same size, but just make it smaller, so more like a rectangle, and fill your beads with that and put that in. And then you've got a separate pouch then, so it doesn't mix. So if you are going to do your, I don't know, your lavender or soapy when you don't want it going into the stuffing, you could just put it, you can make a container for inside to hold all of the pellets then if you wanted to.
It's all these things are possible. My top tip for getting beads, rice, whatever you're filling this with, get a funnel.
Yes.
Just get a funnel or just roll up a piece of paper into a funnel.
Into a cone.
Because otherwise it's really, if you get a cup and try, get a funnel. I've got a dedicated filling funnel in my sewing room. That's all it's there for.
You need a funnel in your life.
Yeah,
there you go.
Do that. $10.95 gets you the red. All of our fabrics on the show today, 100% cotton. $10.95, half a metre of each. Perfect. Now, it is. So, can we just recap for anybody that didn't missed your top tip? With each of these sides, you reinforced it.
Just a bit of structure with some just interfacing, just some medium weight interfacing.
Now, if you're sizing this up and you want to use this, cut the same size, but in this. Yeah. You can spray it on, or you can tack it in. It's entirely up to you, but then you've got it. It's there, and you can just sew. And as one of our viewers emailed in, that's how you don't get the bulky seams.
That's how you don't get the bulky seams.
Easy, easy, easy. Now, if you want to make these for outdoors or in any area that it might get wet or damp, and you don't, wash your bathroom. I've got one in my bathroom. Because otherwise the door slams. It really annoys me all the way through the night. Dunk, 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 especially your windows open.
Especially when you've got crazy dogs like we have.
Yeah, absolutely. Then eau de coat is what you need. So with the eau de coat, it's basically turning it into an oilcloth type material.
Fantastic.
It's giving you a water repellent layer on that fabric. Do it before you cut that fabric.
I'm already thinking raincoats.
Yeah.
I'll be raining today. Don't just think about home projects with this product, guys. Seriously, like, if you need anything waterproofing, this is the stuff. I'm
also thinking, if I'm getting the vegetable fabric and I'm going to do a vegetable storage thing, then I would do the inside with that so I can wipe it clean.
Yep, absolutely.
Because, them potatoes, they've got mud on.
Yeah.
Well, wipe it out. So, okay, it's just really handy to have makeup thingies.
Oh, the list is endless.
Well, if this is going in your bathroom, if you're scaling this down and having it as a tidy for your bathroom, done. Eau de coat.
Well, I'm already thinking cute little pattern weights. I mean, this is excessive. This is an excessive pattern weight, but you can make little mini ones like this with a little handle.
Nice. You've got 2 minutes. What would you like to tell us for 2 minutes?
For 2 minutes, what would I like? What top tips? The only thing I think would be different between my doorstop and the storage cube is the fact that you're lining it. Okay, so it's basically, ignore the handle. It's that replicated.
Okay.
And also, just to give a nicer, cleaner finish, rather than inserting the lining into, so let's flip this over, inserting the lining into the box and then trying to fold over and then stitch around. I actually left a hole in the lining and stitched it on the inside and then tucked it in and then top stitched around. I just found that it gave a nicer finish on the edge of the basket rather than trying to butter, especially with the wadding in there. There's a lot of layers. You might end up with one being taller than the other. Do you know what I mean? So my tip would be to place the outside of the fabric inside the lining with the seams facing out, stitch around it, so then when you turn it inside the bag like we have in the green, then go around with the top stitch. I just feel as it gives you a nicer, cleaner finish. That would be my top tip for you.
And also, you could also do a hand, if you're putting this into, one of those Scandinavian square-based thing, you can also just put that handle, but put it on the front.
Yes.
So that you can just pull it out that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can do that. So don't feel that you have to have the handles there. But again, great. Put all your eau de coat it, put all your gardening stuff in there.
So many things you can do for that.
Off you go.
Pockets on the front.
We nearly got through an hour without a pocket.
Oh, sorry.
Anne in Cheshire says, you made the tablet stand, Tash, on the 16th of July, 2017, halfway through the second hour. Anne,
we love you.
Thank you.
I do love our viewers.
Our viewers are great, aren't they?
They are wonderful. Thank you so much for digging that date out. That's really kind of you.
That's fab. So there you go. That's when we made the tablet cover.
Show it.
There. But you can make it on all of those. Jennifer, you're going to be back in an hour. What are we doing then? Oh, Sashiko.
We're doing Sashiko.
School of Sashiko.
Love my Sashiko.
I'm going to see you in a minute.
All right,
Go and
see you
have
in
a
a
cup
bit.
of tea.
I will, and some brekkie.
Have we got cake?
I wished.
I feel we should have cake.
We should.
Right, come on, let's have a look at this fabric. We've given you lots of ideas, I hope. We started off with using this today. So the bundle includes 1/2 metre of your plain, 1/2 metre of your beautiful Scandi, and also your thread, which is perfect because it all matches an absolute treat. Next up is your grey Scandi. Check out your baskets on this one, please, because this is going to go. Do you want to see this in all of its delight? This, to me, kind of looks a bit like lace. I do love it. It's delicate, but it's pretty, but it's stylish. Ever so lovely. Now, if everybody checks out, we are incredibly low on stock, so please do check out your baskets. Make sure that you get it. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day. Here at the Sewing Quarter, we will only ever charge you $2.95 per day on your P&P, which I think is pretty good. Now, aubergine. Let me show you the aubergine. I do love this. So this has got a linen sort of effect background, but I just love the patterning on here. I just think it's absolutely delightful. It kind of reminds me of Beatrix Potter. I'm expecting Peter Rabbit to come, you know, bouncing across there. $10.95, KTGC07 there. But you've got that brilliant, bright purple to go with it, which I just think is an absolute treat. Now, you see, you can mix and match this with the white version, which is here. And again, you've got that linen-y background here. And then you've got that lovely green, which we're calling fern today. And of course, that thread to match. Absolutely gonna match that a treat. That is $10.95 as well. Debbie Shaw, less than half the stock on your Debbie Shaw book. So if you need your storage solutions and you need to know how to do it, it's all in Debbie Shaw's book. You have got step-by-step photographic instructions for all 23 ideas in there, and for less than £10, it's absolutely brilliant. Debbie Shaw is so clear, she's so concise, really easy to follow. She's taught me a lot over the years, has Debbie Shaw, so really, really can recommend that massively. Please do check out your baskets, and also if you're after padding for your baskets, then check out your Visaline as well. We've got that. It's all on the show. It's all on the website. Now, next hour is our Flower Power Hour. Yes, join me for that in just a few minutes. Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
The Sewing Quarter website is simple and easy to use. You can view a live broadcast of the show on our homepage. Get instant access to our online shop, which has a wide range of wonderful products for you to choose from. You can also enjoy a selection of projects and guides which we have on offer to help you enhance your skills and gain valuable tips. Watch the live shows and you can buy the product which is currently being shown on air. You can even message the studio to ask our presenters or team any questions you might have. Below, you'll find all the products from today's show for you to look at and purchase. On the right of the screen, next to today's products, you will find our simple program guide listing all upcoming shows. So, join us today at sewingquarter.com.
So today I'm going to show you how to do a double stitch. Now you would use a double stitch at the start and the end of your sewing to secure your threads rather than using a really big knot. You're going to want to take your needle through the front of your fabric first and then come out back through the front. So I'm using really big stitches at the moment so I can see what I'm doing. You're going to leave a tail before you then repeat that in and out motion. So you can see that's 1. I'm going to go back through again and that's 2. So you can see I've done 2 stitches in the same place. That's giving me my double stitch. You would then do whatever stitch it is that you're going to go on to do. So I'm just going to do a quick running stitch. Okay, so now I'm going to do my double stitch at the very end of my stitch there. So it's repeating the process. So I'm going in, and then back out, in, and then back out, before clipping my threads. So obviously you would clip these closer when you get to finishing your garment. So there you have it.
Join us on Thursday the 10th of August for a day like no other. The maestro of colour, Kate Fassett himself, will be visiting the Sewing Quarter studio. Kate Fassett has inspired people across the world with his colourful work in fabric, knitting, needlepoint, patchwork, painting and mosaic. And in these two unmissable programmes, we'll meet the man behind the fabric masterpieces that so often feature in our shows. So tune in on Thursday the 10th of August at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. as we step into Kate's world, exclusively on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Hello, welcome to what I have renamed Tash's Flower Power Hour because I might have got a little bit overexcited with flowers. Yes. But you see, they're all over the place. I've done earrings, I've done brooches, I've decorated flip-flops. They're all there. Lots of ways to decorate. Now, this is a great scrap project. It's great for those little bits that you've got left over. So if you've got some beautiful fabrics and you can't bear to throw away a single tiny bit, this is the project for you. So a great scrap buster, and especially if you've bought some designer fabrics, you want to use every little bit, don't you? So let's see what we have got for you today. The inspiration for a lot of my makes today has come from this book. Love it. This is your Kanzashi in Bloom book. And it is $14.95 and worth every single penny. So let me just show you some of the ideas that I absolutely love in here. What it shows you is step by step how to make your flowers from scratch. So in the book, this is what made me think, yes, Amy Butler fabrics are the way forward with this. But whether you've got Kate, whether you've got Amy Butler, anything like that, it's going to look absolutely stunning. So that was why we got the Amy Butler out for you today, because I just think, you know, she's a beautiful floral designer, absolutely gorgeous. So it's going to take you step by step how to do a flower. Very simple to follow, and you know, I did it, so you can too. And then I batch made. Freddie and I sat on a rainy day and just batch made all the petals, and off we went. And then I could just make up as many flowers as I want. But what it gives you then are lots of different projects. Have flowers need projects. So whether you're making jewellery with it, whether you are, here we go. This is where I got my earring idea from. It's lovely, isn't it? Really pretty. Simple, stylish, elegant, but a great way to inexpensively inject some colour into your wardrobe, into your day. Flippity flip-flops! Do you know what I bought? Yeah, I bought some boring old flip-flops from a supermarket. I think they were like 99p or 1.99. Make them your own and decorate them up with some of your flowers. And then some of your bunting. What a lovely way. When Christmas decorations come down and then everything looks really bare, why not just decorate with some simple little decorations like that? $14.95 gives you all the inspiration. We've even got, look, you see I did some of those at the back there as well. So just a lovely way to give you some different ideas. But we've got another book for you, which is your Japanese Fabric Flowers. Again, another fabulous book. You can't go wrong. Either which way that you go with these books, they both have different things to recommend them. So this is your Japanese. So this is a very ancient Japanese art form called kanzashi, and it was originally done so that you could decorate your hair pieces, and that was where the art form came from originally. And it's, you know, it's been changed and it's now, but it is a decorative art form. So what else do we want to use it for? This gives you again more ideas. Let's have a look. So here, if you've got, and we've got these on the show, your little clover flower makers, then this means every single one is going to be exactly the same. So if you're a little bit worried about freestyling it, grab yourself one of the flower makers and you'll be good to go. I'm going to show you how to use that in just one moment, but it's super easy. So it takes you through how to do those. It's also going to show you how to make them without the flower makers as well. But look at that. That's one of my favorite pages. I love this. I'm starting to think table decorations for weddings, things like that, wedding favours. I just think that is absolutely beautiful. But then look at this. So lots of aspirational ideas in here. Now, what was this called? This bell jar type thing. It had a technical name. A cloche. Is that what you called it, Producer Paul? That's what he called it this morning. I'm not sure if it's right, but that's what he's calling it. But it is absolutely beautiful. So you can start to design your home inexpensively. How pretty is that? Grab an old twig out the garden, stick a few flowers on. Beautiful. Make yourself all sorts of different things. And they've got earrings in here as well. So lots of different ways, whether you're dressmaking, maybe you could make these. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. A reed diffuser, you could have this at and decorate it up. So it's all in there. It's just a preference, whichever one you like. $9.95 FVSP 83. Love them. Now, I chose, because of those beautiful florals, I wanted some gorgeous Amy Butler fabrics. Now, you can see I've mixed these up. So with this particular one, this was out of now which one was this out of? Set 2, this one came out of. And I used just a tiny amount. I think each of these was about 2.5-inch squares, each of these petals. And that was the size of that. I've mixed it in. We've got our fat quarter bundles, which will show you those. And then just a button. I raided my button box, and there it is. Again, mix it up that time with cream, give us a different look, but it's all in there. My flip-flop is another example there, and again, these are all Amy Butler fabrics, just looking gorgeous. Different feel, different look, different flower. Now, let's take a look then. Out of the fat quarter bundle, this is out of this fat quarter bundle. Let me show you some of these designs. So, and you'll start to see around the place, this big flower here, I used 5-inch squares to do those. Turn him around. There you go. So each of those petals was a 5-incher. And then just size it down. So that was made out of this bundle. So they're all coming out of here. But you see, because you've got these delicate florals as well, that was my, that one there made my badge there. So you see, you've got all of these different options. I love this. You've got to see this. Isn't that gorgeous? A bit William Morrissey. When I'm looking through this collection, I know it's Amy Butler, and she brings her own style, but she's obviously being influenced by some of the greats, you know, William Morris. Some of these feel a little bit, dare I say it, Cafe-like as well. But just absolutely beautiful, all in a lovely eclectic mix. And I think that really, really works. So that flower there, you can see, came out of that one there. Ba, 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 ba. And again, this was just 2.5-inch squares. This could be the offcuts of what you've got left after you've made something fabulous out of that fabric. So you get all sorts in here. What I love about this is that you get your geometric designs and you also get your florals. So perfect for quilting, absolutely perfect. It is $49.95, but you're getting 12 fat quarters here in all sorts of different colours. They're going to go an awfully long way. And what I would say is make your big projects first, and then after that, once you've done that, there they all are. Once you've made all your big projects, with your scraps, make your flowers. Now, we also have this in another colourway, which I love as well. Oh, because look at this. Do you know what? Maybe I should have done my one to match my shirt out of this. But it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. So this is your second Amy Butler option. But just look at these gorgeous colours. And again, look at that. Oh, stunning. Absolutely stunning. And then, of course, you've got your geometrics coming through here. And the colours, you see, all recurring. So you can mix and match. You can quilt with confidence. If you're using these within a quilt, then do. Why not then get a plain as well to just separate these out and really make these fabrics go pop? I just think this is one of my favourites. Look at that. How pretty is that? And then you've got this one. Can I waft this one? Look at that. If you have anything from the Violetta range with purple, that's the same purple. So you can mix and match them through the ranges as well. $49.95 for 12 fat quarters of Amy Butler goodness and loveliness. Stunning! Now, what I suggested to you was mixing it up with some of your plains. And these, what I found, are absolutely perfect. This is your Winterberry, but again, these are your fat quarters. Look at the colours in here. So you can... When you grab these, you see, you're going to find the colours that absolutely work for you. I did, where is it? Where is it gone? Down here. That one there, you can see, has got an inner with that yellow in it. Now, these are always incredibly popular because they are very inexpensive, a lovely colour stash and boost to your stash. And look at all of these shades of green. It's perfect. There's going to be the green in there for you. It's all in there. It comes like this. So actually, I know a lot of you just leave this because it looks absolutely gorgeous and buy a second one and use the second one. But this is a great way to complement all of those pinks. So for example... if I just grab this one, this was the first one off a pile, then I've got greens that I can use to match up with there, and I've got pinks that I can go with as well. It all works. You're going to find a shade that works, and that's the joy of it. So that one is your Winterberry, under £10 for 8 fat quarters. Love that. Now, the next one is Iris. Again, coming to you like this. But these are the ones that we've got. So you've got a white. Great, perfect. Everybody needs that white. But then we've got this lovely powder blue in there as well. And again, if you are going for either of those Amy Butler designs, then this one is going to work beautifully because there's a lot of blue through those mixes as well. So we've got this. This is a lovely neutral grey to have. Ooh, hey, if you bought the aubergine fabric from earlier, you've got more purples to play with. And it is, isn't it? It's looking at your stash. Which colours do you have most of? What colours do you tend to go towards? But again, let me just grab, for example, this one here. You can pick out that. You can pick out that. You can even pull that through as well. Or if you want to really make a statement, oh, actually, that looks rather lovely with it too, doesn't it? And your white is going to look stunning against it. So it's any of these colours. And I'm just picking random fat quarters out of the Amy Butler bin, just showing how putting a plain with it is going to work an absolute treat. That's how it comes to you. These are the colours inside it. Less than £10. And actually, this is a great weight for making flowers. Really lovely weight for making those flowers with as well. Oh my goodness, it's a good job I'm tall. This is the last one, which is Rose. Come here, Rose. Now, here we go. Again, under £10. And what this was the one that I used most of. You can see, look, I've got, that one is in there. So this one was made from, that was my Amy Butler. And then this was the fat quarter range that I used. Now you can see as well, I've done some that were just plain, and all I used was that one, and that one, and that gave me those flowers there. So with just 3 out of those fat quarters, I could make all sorts of different colours. So you've got all of those, and then you've got all of these colours as well. I could have picked out any of these to go. You see, look, you've got that colour that's going to go. It's all going to work. An absolute treat. So grab your fat quarters. Make sure that you've got these in your stash. They are absolutely perfect. You see, look, say I swap it out for another one. Then you can mix and match those colours through. Good job. We love it. And here again, that this is one with your Amy Butler. There they are. And that's just using 2 out of the rows along with your Amy Butler in there. So $9.95, and you can see there I've used those 2. Now it's all about making these flowers today. What I wanted to show you, my findings whilst making these was that it's all very well and good to make them. If you are batch making, as I did a lot, let me find, where's it gone? What have I done with it? I prepped it and put it out. Here we go. Is that actually the finishing point is the hardest bit to do. So I just wanted to show you very quickly how to do that. Now, I've got 2, shall I show you the makers? Because actually, if you want to make every flower the absolute same, and this is a great way, then here we go. This is what we need. I'm just going to show you. I'll show you how to use this in a moment, but let me just show you the maker. So this here is your flower maker. We've got various sizes. This is the idly biddly one. So if you want to make something like your earrings, and then especially if it's small, firstly if it's a little bit more fiddly, grab one of these. It's $5.95. This is your extra small one. This makes every single petal exactly the same size. So you've got that continuity. Otherwise, you do get different size petals. It's just how it is. So this will make absolutely every single one uniform and the same. Now, that is your extra small one. This one here we go, is another extra small one. But this is just a different design. When I open one of these up and show you, you'll see that they all work exactly the same way. All of these will be on the website for you, $5.95, and this is for your gathered petal. Now, next one here is slightly bigger. I say so. This is going to give you a 3-inch petal. And again, this is your daisy petal. Looks a bit weird, but do not worry. I will show you how to do this. $6.95 for that one. And then we've got another one here. Another large size one here. But once you've got them, that's it. And especially if you're doing bags, whether you're doing wedding favours, things like that, and you want everything to look exactly the same, this is where you get your makers. $6.95, NRGQ72. Now, the book with this in is your Japanese flower maker book, so just remember that. And then let me show you, the roses. I've got 3 different rose sizes for you. I've got the biggest one here. Here's your big one. Oh, now wouldn't this, if you were getting that rose bundle of fabric, wouldn't this look absolutely gorgeous? This is brand new today, and this is $7.95. This is your Sweetheart Rose Maker. Now, on the back, you get full instructions. Whoops, if I can get the glare off the lights, as to how to use it. But these are super easy to do. Super easy to make. We don't have a huge amount of stock, so please grab it. 3 different sizes. Everyone's got them in their baskets. Please check them out. This is your hang on, that's your small one. I've got big, medium, and small. Let's show you the small one next. There you go. But all 3 sizes, and actually then you can decorate all sorts. Could you imagine a bag? Oh, an evening clutch bag, just covered in beautiful roses. Would be gorgeous. And then your medium there. And again, all of these coming with instructions as to how to use them. Very, very clear. Just don't throw away the packaging. That's all I would say. That's your medium. But if you want, get all 3 sizes. $6.95. JGGQ. Yes, 53. These are brand new today. We haven't had these on the show at all. Oh, I've got a sticky bit on there. There you go. They are your 3 different sizes. Yes. Now, I'm going to show you a technique out of the Kanzashi in Bloom. All right, so this is the very first flower that it shows you how to make, and it is super, super easy. You just need a square of fabric. That's all you need. So I'm just going to make this step-by-step instructions. You've got photographs in there. You've also got the written instruction as well if you're not quite sure what's going on. I've gone ahead and made most of them because I just want to show you just a quick way. So all you do is fold your fabric in half. So you've got your square, you've cut out your square, whatever size you want. This is the beauty of it, it's whatever squares you've got left. So this is one of my Amy Butler squares. This is a 2.5 inch square. Of course, if you've got charm packs, then you can just chop up your charm pack. Now, fold it in half like that. Then you can iron that. It says to iron it in the book, but I've turned the iron off. Then fold it down that way and down that way. Okay, don't worry if these aren't all perfect there because you're going to snip that bit off. Okay, now turn that around and fold these back to that center point. So you want to make that pokey outy bit there back into the center, finger press, and then fold that back on itself. Ding-a-ding, like that. What that gives you is that petal there. Okay. Now, I'm just going to do that because I'm trying to do it for camera, but actually I do this towards me. These are all, the instructions are all in the book there. Now, if you are batch making these, then what it says to do is just to pop a pin through it. So what I ended up with was my pin cushion with all of these pinned to it, and you just pop a pin through there, but I'm going straight on to use this. So you can feel where the folds are. Where you've folded back, you've got sort of a chunky, lumpy bit, and you cut just below that. Just cut there. And then that then just threads through there. Okay? From there, this is the finishing touch I wanted to show you. So I've threaded on 6 petals. That's enough. That's easy. Done that. Just repeated that process 6 times. I've got my 6 petals. I've used the green out of the Winterberry and one of the Amy Butlers. So I've got that. Now flip it over. Now when I added these in, I just tied a knot onto my end. I'm just going to pull that knot through like that. And then I doubled up my thread. I'm just going to tie that in a knot there. Okay. And as I tie that, that then starts to bring those petals around. Tighten up that knot. Tighten it up, and tie it off. Tighten it as much as you can, and then you can just open it out from there. And then all you need to do is just pop a button in the middle. But that is the easiest way to do it, is just to tie them from the back. Like that. Now, if one of these comes undone, just get some fabric glue. You can either tack it back in or just, if you haven't quite caught it, then just pop a little bit of fabric glue on there. And then I would fabric glue in your button in the middle. Now, I've got buttons. Oh, yes. So this came out of this book here. This is your Kanzashi in Bloom book. And this is where it came. It's really super simple. And this is, if I had to say which book to go for, it's really difficult. This one just uses squares. If you've got any of the Clover Flower Makers, go for the other book because that talks you through how to use those. If you just want to use squares, grab this book. The other book Also shows you how to use circles, so we'll have a look at that in just 1 second. But this has got lots of lovely ideas. Both books tell you, stick a button or something in the middle. Let me show you some buttons that we've got for you here. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Pink and sparkly. Yes, we'll go for that. Pink and sparkly buttons coming right up for you. There they are. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. $1.95 for your pink glitter buttons. Fab. If we're sticking... Oh, look at this one. This is your... Oh. This is your diamond one. Producer Paul, you like this one, didn't you? This was your favourite. Look at that. This has all the colours. That's going to be a statement piece, isn't it? Maybe you're making a hair piece. Maybe you're making a flower for a fascinator. $1.95. That is a gorgeous button there. ELGQ84. But the button fun doesn't stop there. Maybe you want... Oh, it's diamond effect. I need to make that clear. Not actual diamonds. Wouldn't be $1.95, would it? What about some beautiful wooden ones? If you want that more rusticy feel, wouldn't that be nice? 20mm, these are sizable buttons. I'm just trying to think where I used a wooden button. I've used all sorts of buttons. I really did go to town with my buttons. And then next one, always your sort of, your pearly effect there, which we'll find your details for. Once we've gone through them, then they're all up on the website for you to peruse at your leisure. So these are, let me see, 19mm, I want to say. Yay! They're good size, aren't they? $1.95 for your pearl buttons. They've got sort of a pinky hue to them. Then we've got 5 of the blue. Now these are going to look lovely with those Amy Butler fabrics, aren't they? Look, see, that's going to work a treat. So light blue there with your buttons. 12mm there, $1.95. So actually get a variety of sizes of buttons and then you're good to go. Hey, look at this one. This is fun. Sparkly flower buttons. It's all about the flower power this hour. Oh, yes. And there they are, 4 of those. 17mm. Well, I guess that's at the widest point because they're a bit wibbly wobbly. But great crafty term there. $1.95 for that. Now, if you want to make brooches like this, then you're going to need this, which is your Trimmets. Well, kind of safety pin brooch bar. And that has got one of those safety clasps, which is just perfect. 95p for 2 of those. Pop it in your basket, have it then for whenever you need it. You'll see that I also made Jenniffer Taylor one with a little bit of ribbon, so it made it like a rosette. But it's there, isn't it? It's just a little something, plain, boring shirt, little bit of that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now, I was going to show you, wasn't I, how to, oh yes, out of the book. As I said, the Kanzashi and Bloom book deals in squares. The Japanese flower book will show you some ideas as to how to do your flowers with a starting point of a circle. For example, here. Which is fine. But if you're like me and rubbish at cutting circles just freehand, grab yourself a circle cutter and then you are, our director's saying, I can't even draw one. How am I supposed to cut one? Well, it's fine. We've got a device that does that. But this will give you these type petals, which are lovely. So this is a very popular book. It's a lovely book. If you've got any of the makers, then that's the book to go for because it's got all of that information. So let me show you. In fact, here we go. If you've never played with the Fiskars circle cutter before, it's an absolute treat, let me tell you. So get your fabric, fold it in half. Was it limited stock on the Fiskars circle cutter? Oh, you know I love my circle cutter. I'm going to get told off, aren't I, for cutting right out the middle of this, but never mind. Pop it on there. You've got a half circle seam allowance line there. Measure, put that on your half circle line there. That is your center point. I'm only going to cut out a little circle for you. Because I'm making a little flower. So what you want to do is line up these points there onto the grid on here. Now that is now secure, that's not going anywhere. And we're just going to push the blade down. The blade is only activated once you push down. My blade is now activated. So once I push down and I start to cut around, that is going to cut me a 4.5 inch flower. Now it says here 4 inches. That is my 4-inch finished. So it's giving me a 1/2 inch for my seam allowance, 1/4 inch either side. Okay, so this is giving me my finished side. And if I just pull that out, there it is, made, done, done. And that's it. Now I'm ready to sew. Well, I would be if, hang on, let me just borrow that piece of thread there. And this is how super, super easy it is to make your petals. So cut yourself out some semicircles like that. Pop a little knot in the end. And then literally just go round like that. Now, if you're doing lots and lots of petals, I sort of counted. I ended up doing 11 stitches on each of my petal. That's just me. It's entirely up to you. Pull that through. But if I turn that around, what you've got there is one petal. Done. Ready to go. Or you've got ears for a toy. It's up to you. But that's it. It is that easy and that simple. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, if you want to do double ones, then what I would say is cut out again more of your circles. And again, I know that if I'm going to do lots of these, they're going to be exactly the same every time because that's what I'm after. Oh, producer Paul's mum's just made some flowers. What was the occasion, or was it just she fancied making some? Oh, she's doing a workshop and so needed them. Aha! Oh, at the WI. Well, the WI love a flower or two, don't they? Excellent. So now I'm going to go for the smaller one again and cutting these out. Round they go. And it's done. Now, all I want to do now is pop that on there and that on there. I think this is going to... Oh, no, they'll do this with the square. I've never tried it like this. Well, let's give this a go, shall we? The instructions are in the... I've kind of gone off piece. Tell you what, I'll do it with these instead. So let's do these. You can do these. This is your Amy Butler fabric, and this is now a technique that is still in this book. I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. Still in the book, but this is to do that double. This is to do your double flower. And I'm just going to have to double check. You know when you've just done so many flowers, you're like, hang on a minute. Oh no, it was with the circles. Bear with me. I've done a lot of these flowers. Into quarters. We'll deal with that in a second. And then once they're into quarters, you put them like that, and then sew your way along. So let me grab that needle and thread there, pop a knot in the end, and off we go. But you see, you've got your circles, and these are all in the book, and it is, because there are so many different ways to make your flowers, it's one of those things that you know, sometimes they get a bit jumbled in your head, but you've got it there as a reminder. Every time it's like, oh, yeah. I do remember. I do know how to do this. So, and again, super easy. It's telling me here just to sew, fold it into quarters, and then just sew along this edge along here. So in it goes. And very, very, very simple. Now, what I would say is if you're watching the Sashiko hour next, we've got some special long needles, which would be fab for this as well. They're going to be brand new next hour. Oh, okay, put a bigger knot in, but there you go, you get that effect. So do a bigger knot, and then you get that double petal effect, which is what I did there. And that's the effect that you're going to get. Just make sure that you've got a big enough knot so you don't pull the knot through like I just did. There we go. Rachel in West Midlands said, the circle cutter is amazing. One of the best tools I've bought. Rachel, I'm with you. I am so with you on that. Yeah, just grab it. If you want to make sure that you're getting uniform shaped petals, then the circle maker is the way forward. I so totally agree. It is one of my favourite things that we sell. It's $31.95, but it's up there as one of my absolute all-time favourite things. But you see, it's not just, yes, you can make your flowers with it. Of course you can. But I'm also thinking toy ears and things like that. It's got all of those different, imagine having that. All made out for a little toy ear. Whoops. It's alive. It's a little bunny ear. Could be a little bunny ear. And there it is. Good to go. But it's just having those tools, isn't it? All these things become possible the minute that you've got the tools, when you've got the book for inspiration. I mean, that's just it. I've spent my time off making all these flowers, but if I didn't have the book to refer back to, I'd have got it wrong. So grab your circle cutter, $31.95, SYGQ 96. Now, most popular flower maker is the large rose. Brand new today. We've got it in 3 different sizes for you. This is your large rose. It's a big one. It's really beautifully decorated actually as well. Full instructions on the back, and I have to say they are very easy to use, but if you want more detailed instructions, grab your Japanese flower making book. So $7.95, and it's going to make you an actual size of 6 centimeters. That's 2 3/8. So full examples on the back. I'm thinking a clutch purse for a wedding or something you could decorate with roses would look gorgeous. And then you see it's in the colours that you want, isn't it? $7.95. HDGQ 36, but you see, maybe you want to, like when you cake decorate and you have different colour size roses, maybe you want the medium size, and this will give you an actual size of 5 centimetres, 2.5 inch actual finished size. And again, same applies, all the instructions on the back. And I just want to show you, that's the 2 different sizes there. That's your large, that's your medium. And then this is your little one. So whichever one you're going for, they are all up on the website now. So if you go and have a look on the website, underneath where we're live, they're all there. That's your details for your medium there. $6.95 for your medium there. JGGQ53. It's a mouthful, isn't it? It's not easy for me to say at all, direct him. No, stumbling over a treat. And then if you're after your little iddly biddly one, now this will give you a finished size of 4 centimetres. There it is, $5.95 for that. These have been super popular today. They are brand new today, which is an utter treat. Here they are. But I just want to show you the concept. Oh, limited stock. Half the stock has already gone. Oh, Amy, have you got some thread, please? Because I've got overexcited with any kind of thread. Don't really mind. Any kind of thread would be lovely. Because I just want to show you how to use... Oh, hang on. The next most popular flower maker is the large daisy. This one. I'm going to show you how to use one of these because they look a bit weird. Not going to lie, they do look a bit strange, but they are so easy to use. There it is. $6.95. This is the next most popular one, which is your daisy petal large. But again, it's just making sure, isn't it, that you're getting exactly the right thing for the job. Now, what did I do with, the little one here. I'm going to get this out of the packet and have a go. These here. Oh, remember to get your books. Now, the most popular one is the Kanzashi in Bloom. Do you know what? It It just depends what you're after. The Kanzashian bloom tends to deal with starting with squares. So if you think, oh, that's easy, squares are easy, then grab that one. If you've got any of the flower makers, go for the Japanese flower book because it's going to show you how to do that. That's the main difference. If you've got a circle maker, then your Japanese flowers, that's the one to go for as well. Decisions. But do you know what? If you just love them both, grab them both. But they're just giving you ways to just decorate with your flowers. Like I say, you know, over the back here, I did a little floral bunting, and also just found an old wicker heart. I was like, hang on, that could do with a flower. Everything could do with a quick flower, couldn't it? So pop that on there. Again, that's more of your Amy Butler fabric on there. I've decorated little jars. In fact, I might have text poor old producer Paul this morning at 4:30 going, have you got a tea light? Because that would look really lovely with a tea light in it. Turns out he didn't. And that he wasn't actually awake at 4:30 either. I should have text-directed Tim. He says he's got at least 60,000 at home. Have you been to that Scandinavian shop then recently? Because, yeah. Mine are all actually packed at the back of a cupboard. We're in the middle of moving. And, yeah, they weren't coming out for anything. Right, now, how to use this. Get a piece of fabric and fold it in half. This is your Idly Biddly one. This is your Kanzashi Daisy Petal Small. And literally clip in there. Okay? So all you want to do is pop that in there. Now, you'll notice on the top, you have got all these different numbers. The first thing you do when you clip your fabric in is trim it around the edges. So just get yourself some nice, sharp little, there we go. So it doesn't matter, this is literally something you can do with your scraps. Scraps, as it's otherwise known. Now, you'll see here it says number 1, start. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to go in there. And then it says 2. It says 2 just there. You see, 2. So I started at 1, I'm now going up to 2. So I then want to find my 2 and head in there. My top tip for you is on the Tash's top tip on the underside, and you'll know if you're doing this around the right way because you can see this thread here, when I pull it in, slots in there, so that when I take this out, I've not going to get any plastic out. It's just slotting in there. So from number 2, I turn it over. I know I've got to go up to number 3, and again I put it in that way because then that thread is just going to be in exactly the right place. I'm looking for number 4, which is down here. I spin it that way. Yes, 4, it says there, and I know it's there because then that thread is going to lie through there. And it's like flower making by numbers. That's all you are doing. I then want to go across to number 5. I go in there and just make sure that that thread there is lying underneath there. Then I want to go down to number 6. Turn it over. There's number 6. Pop that in there. Then into 7 there. And we're nearly done. Then I want to go from 7 into 8. And then you get to release it. And I know that I've done this the right way around because it just pops out. I haven't sewn in the plastic. And there it is. That is my petal. That is my petal. And every single one of those will be exactly that shape and that size. And that is the absolute joy of it. Now you can go on and do your next one. really easy. But it just means use up your scraps. You saw how small a piece that was. Just use them up, cut them down, and off you go. And what you can do is carry straight on. So you don't need to undo that. You can just go straight on. So you go, okay, I'm going to start and go in there. And it's all in there. So you just carry on 1 to 2, up to 3. And this is one of those things, just sit in the evening in front of the TV. We were watching Game of Thrones the other night. That was a good episode, wasn't it? Best episode ever was what we agreed here. But there we go. You can just do that, and then you're done. And then you just add it on. From 7, I go up to 8. That's my finish. Take it out. Tighten it up. And there I'm starting to get all my petals together. Exactly the same size. And just keep going. Perfect. And it's just something you can do just easy. And of course, every single flower maker will give you that uniform size. Then you can mix and match them. You can layer them up. And that's something that it really does go into in the book, is how to layer all of those up and get those different looks. So, for example, on the front of the book here, this is the book. If you've got those makers, then this is the book. Because then you can just layer them up like this. Really beautiful. So, Japanese fabric flowers. $9.95, under £10. And there it is. You can layer, and you know you're getting exactly the same size petals, all layered. And so, you know, if you're doing things like wedding favors, if you're decorating your wedding tables or your Christmas tables, imagine this in all your Christmas fabrics. Beautiful. Decorate those Christmas trees with these, or you know, you could do Christmas flowers along your hearth. It's entirely up to you. Maybe you just want to put a beautiful flower on a gift, on a present, and have it there. Beautiful. Now, let's have a look at these fabrics again. Now, most popular Amy Butler today is number 1, which is this one. I do this one, but this one. Let's grab this then. Within this bundle, and it's a beauty. You've got your geometrics, but you've also got your florals. You've got big, bold florals in there. You've got smaller ones, but you've also got this, which is my absolute favourite out of this range. Look at that. And I just think this is stunning. You've got this in this particular bundle, because you've got 2 bundles to choose from. In this particular bundle, you've got my favourite in 2 different colourways. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. So you've got it in the purple, but you've also got it. Look at this. So you could actually do sort of a reversible. There. I just think it's beautiful. The simplicity of the design, the elegance of the design, in 4 colours there, beautiful. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So you're getting those in there, but then you're also getting that design in 4 colours. So you can mix and match them through. And then you've got all of your geometrics, and then you've got your big prints in there. So you're getting 12 prints. And just to give you an idea, there's some of those. Which one? They're all in there. Oh, the flip-flop. No, the flip-flop was from the other one. So I've got all sorts. Look. Here we go. These came out of here, out of this one. That one there. That one was out of that one. And they're just really lovely. And because of the size of the geometric prints, this one up here has there. Lovely. So that was that particular Amy Butler design. Let's pop that there. And then if you want the other colourway, I like to think of this as Jenniffer Taylor's. I made her a little flower out of these colours because I know that she loves these different colourways. Sorry? What? Oh, producer Paul said, which should I make my earrings out of? My earrings were out of actually that they don't have any Amy Butler in at all. There you go. There's my earrings. There they are. Ta-da! Now, Amy Butler, this one is where these flowers came from. Because you're getting those fabrics in there. So, you know, mix and match my Amy Butlers, but they are really lovely. You've got the geometric, you've got the floral, and you've got that beautiful design as well. And I just think that the colours lend themselves. Now, what also worked, I thought, particularly well, is mixing and matching those planes through there as well. Because, let me lay that out there. Let me show you. Oh, there goes my flip-flop. Back there. The Winterberry. This one. Now, we've got least amount of stock of this one, so please do grab it if you need it. This is the green that I've been using this morning. Just one of the greens, you know, cut beautifully, works a treat. Because it's quite a lightweight cotton, it's perfect for these flowers. And as you can see, you know, these are all done like that. This was, oh, here we go, this was the green. This was the flower that I made earlier, started to make earlier. You would manipulate it and open it out. But again, you can see that green there, working a treat. So this, under £10, £9.95, LCGQ 25, gets you all of those, and they are perfect for this type of project. Absolutely perfect. You've got all the colours. Maybe you just want to make an ombre. Maybe you want to layer up in those different colours. It's entirely up to you. It's going to be a treat. You've got those greens if you want to do the leaves. Absolutely perfect. So this one, perfect for all your flowery needs. $19.95. And of course, if you're $19.95, $9.95. And if you just want to pick out those colours, so for example, grabbing this Amy Butler here, you can pick out your greens from there, and then you've got your pinks to pick from there, and then you can coordinate it and just make everything go a little bit further. That's the thing. If you're buying your designer fabrics, then you know, do complement it with something that is less expensive so that everything goes a bit further. It's the key, isn't it? Making all of our beautiful fabrics go as far as we possibly can. Now, the Iris is a beautiful collection and is always so popular because you've got everything from your white, your bright white, all the way through to your purples and your blues, all in there. So if I grab you this one, for example, this is your Amy Butler, but you see you can pull through like a deeper shade of that, or you can pull in that one, or you can use your white, or you can pull out the purple. It's up to you. Or if you want that indigo, then it's done. But it all works. $9.95, absolutely beautiful. Oh, I tell you what we've got. There's a lot going on this desk, isn't there now? There we go. We've got, and this was put on because we thought, actually, wouldn't this look lovely to do kind of your alternative bunting, floral bunting, but what about getting some texture in that ribbon? What about if you used, or if you were wrapping up a gift, you could use black velvet ribbon, or maybe you want to make a choker. You could, couldn't you? Black velvet ribbon. You could make yourself a little choker and then put a flower. Maybe not that colour, but you know, you could do that. Maybe to the side. It's entirely up to you, but this black velvet ribbon is brand new in today. It feels gorgeous. We've got 10 metres of the 16 mil. It's $9.95. You're getting a lot. You're getting a lot. So it's just under £1 a metre, which for velvet is cracking value. We've also got a smaller velvet. If you want to grab yourself a smaller velvet, then we've got that one too. And again, you're getting a huge amount on here, 10 meters again, but this is now 9 mil. So this is a smaller mil, but again, beautiful and just very, very lovely. Perfect for decorating, for wrapping presents, things like that. Just giving it some texture. HZGQ83 895, brand new in. Both of those velvets, brand new in today. Lovely. Now, the other thing that I just did need to mention before we go into this is if you're making your flowers, you are going to need fabric glue. That is the key to these. Whether you want to glue them onto things, whether you want to stabilize them, whether like me with the flower that I made earlier, I just missed with my needle that fold there. I don't have to go back in with a needle. All I would do is just get a tiny bit of fabric glue and glue that in, and then that's that done. It doesn't matter. The fabric glue there is your fast tack glue. You want fast tack because you want it to take quickly. $2.95 for that. So it is fast drying, but it's great. And then if you want to, you can always cut out a piece of card and stick it onto that if you so desire, and then that gives you a nice flat surface. If you want to add in your things like your brooch back and things like that, then you can do that. There we go. Now, so many of you going for the roses, so let me show you the back of these. This is the large one, this is the most popular one, but roses are they're one of those things. They're the most beautiful flower, but they're also the trickiest to make. Well, you can get uniform roses. 3 different sizes. This is your largest one, and it is just very, very easy. Half the stock has gone, $7.95. Next time we do flowers, I'll show you how to do these, but they are super easy to use. Full instructions there, so how to do it. HDGQ36. Now, the Kanzashi in Bloom book, this is fab because what you've got in here is step-by-step instructions. Sorry, I'll just, there we go. Step-by-step instructions in here, and this is going to show you, it gives you all the different ideas, but it takes you step-by-step through. So if you're after, these started off with sort of square-based flowers. So you start off with your squares, different sizes, then you are good to go. If you've just got little offcuts, then you're good to go. That is the one. Kanzashi in Bloom, $14.95. Gave me the inspiration for a lot of these different projects, both stuff full of inspiration. Just get your flowers. Get your flower on. Get it on everything that you can. I am back next with Jenniffer Taylor, where we are School of Sashiko. See you in just one moment.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more. Tune in on Friday the 11th of August as we welcome designer and artist Anna Maria Horner to the studio. We'll find out all about Anna Maria's work and introduce her floral retrospective collection, brand new to Sewing Quarter. Anna Maria's designs, which include fabric prints, quilts, clothing and fine art, are renowned across the globe. Her fabrics combine vintage and modern elements, which, along with the masterful use of colour, create a timeless, elegant style. Anna Maria's work has influenced a generation of sewers and quilters, not least our very own Lucy Brennan, who will also feature in this unmissable morning of shows. So join us on Friday the 11th of August at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. for our Anna Maria Horner special, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
There are many different ways you can buy from us here at the Sewing Quarter. You can order from us by calling our free phone number at 0800 112 4433 and talk to the team at our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, there are other ways you can buy from us. You can go online and shop through our website at www.sewingquarter.com. You can even watch the show there and shop as you go. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day and only pay a small fee of £2.95 postage and packaging for the whole day. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all products excluding custom-cut fabric. Our friendly UK-based team will help guide you through every step.
When I started quilting, I'd seen Anna Maria Horner's fabric, and it was really inspirational to me. I love the way that she combines colours, and I have made a couple of quilts using her quilt patterns. I think she's really clever how she has created modern fabric, but it has a traditional feel to it at the same time. A lot of the colours she uses really appeal to me, and the way she mixes colours in quite an unusual way, but it makes them really special, makes them stand out, and you know that it's her fabric. So this quilt was created using Anna Maria Horner's featherbed pattern, and I had some of my friends that I was in quilting bee groups with make some of these feathers, and I just arranged it according to the layout that I wanted with the number of feathers that I had, and I added in different blocks, and it was all hand quilted as well. So there's some of Anna Maria's fabrics in there, and there's lots of other people's fabric scraps, and it's a beautiful, huge quilt that lives on our bed.
Join us on Friday the 11th of August at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. for our Anna Maria Horner special. Only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Hello, welcome back. Now, this is our School of Sashiko. Yes, this hour we are building on your Sashiko repertoire. Now, we have got brand new in today, a brand new bundle. Now, this is the book. This is the book, which is just absolutely stuff full of inspiration. I will show you all of that. Now, the last time, actually both times that we've had this on before, it's sold out. So if you need it, grab it quickly. But this is brand new because what we've done is we've managed to source Sashiko needles. These are longer. These means that you can get, well, we'll show you. We'll show you exactly why Sashiko needles are great. And actually, they're going to be really good if you're making the flowers that I was showing you earlier. But the Sashiko needles are longer. And there they are, proper Sashiko needles. We've given you as well 2 skeins of thread in that classic white and red to go with your navy fabric. And also, because if you've done any Sashiko, then you know that what you really need to do is mark out a grid. And this is the perfect fabric pencil with which to do so. So you're going to get your book, you're going to get your fabric, 1/2 meter there of your fabric, something to mark out your grid, your threads to go, and your needle. This is the whole starter kit ready to go. $35.95, UBGC27. Like I said, every time we bought you a starter bundle, it's sold out within the show. So please pop that in your basket, check it out, make sure you don't miss out this time if you missed out before. Now, we've also got for you, I'm just going to move a few things here because I want you to see a cushion bundle that Jen has worked really hard on. But look at this. This is what you'll be able to make. Look at that. Just move that out of the way. Look how stunning that is. And that's what this bundle can make. So within the bundle, for $21.45, you are going to get your fabrics. Now look at this. This is kind of your cherry blossom. Isn't that beautiful? But in navy. How often do you see cherry blossom in navy? So really beautiful. So you're going to get 1 meter of fabric, 1/2 meter of that, and then, of course, that classic navy colour there, KRGC80, that. You're also going to get your thread so you can sew up your cushion. You're also going to get your red and your white skeins so that you can, of course, do your Sashiko. And then you're also going to get your white needle cotton batting as well, which is the beautiful warm and white. There is a reason for that, and we'll talk to you about that in one moment. Now, if you want the book separately, maybe you're going straight for this and you want the book, you can get the book separately. It is our favourite Sashiko book, and we absolutely love it, and I'll show you for why, because you get inspiration on to do all of these. That is incredible. $15.95 just for the book. Now, if you also want our brand new needles separately, which are here, then let me show you these brand new needles. They are $2.95. You get a pack of 8 in there. $3.95, sorry, my apologies. $3.95, but they are extra long. And that is the key. Jenniffer Taylor insisted we get these. Yes. She was very forceful about it. As was producer Paul. He doesn't Sashiko, but he knew that needles were needed. Oh, yes. So together, they got their own way. So there's your kits. Do make sure you check out your baskets because every time it sells out. Every time. And I do believe, Jenniffer Taylor.
Hello.
That's partly your fault. Hello, my love.
Hello, darling.
Because
well,
you're a bit passionate about this, aren't you?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I really do. As you probably know from the B side of things, I love upcycling. For me,
yes.
Upcycling is one of my first passions, and that's how I really taught myself to sew, through dissecting clothes, cutting them up, starting again. And Sashiko is almost, it's the traditional way of upcycling, because the technique would be to be repairing clothes by adding these decorative, beautiful stitches with layering and layering of fabric to patch.
Can we grab that book? Because
Yeah.
there is a whole section in the book. It gives you the whole history of it as well.
It's amazing. It is the ultimate Sashiko book.
But just to give you an idea, like you say, this was your first patch repair back in Japan.
Basically.
This is what it was. So you couldn't just pop down to the shops and grab yourself another jacket because you'd worn out.
And make them mend so beautifully.
Oh, of course,
Gorgeous.
make an artwork of it. And that's exactly what they did. And of course, the more they mended, the more sturdy the fabric became, the warmer the fabric became. And so
the more beautiful it became. And I think that's the key thing. It just became more and more gorgeous the more they constantly repaired those pieces. It's just amazing.
So you get the history. I like a bit of history.
Yeah. So that's how I came into the world of Sashiko. And since I've dipped my toe in, I can't stop doing it. I just truly have a wonderful passion for it. I just think it's fabulous. It's and all it is, guys, is just a running stitch. So Sashiko means basically stab stitch, which is running stitch.
Yes.
That's all it is. And you too can achieve these beautiful designs.
Look at that.
All
I mean,
they
look at
are
that.
Just running stitches. Just how you're applying them on the fabric that makes the difference.
Do you know what? There are certain superstores that have a certain central aisle that changes every week with the bargains that they have. And often you can get kind of...
I'm trying to figure out who you're talking
Which one? Well, you know,
Tell me later.
The Aldis and the Lidls of the world. And they have the central aisles, and you often get kits.
Yes.
And you can get, like, sushi making kits and stuff like that. But imagine if you made your own little mats as well. And then what about a gift for someone? My next door neighbour, he's got to be in his 70s.
Yeah.
And he turned around to me the other day and said, Tash, you know what? I'm making sushi tonight. I've got into it. And I just thought, great, if I had to make him a gift, I'd make him a nice little Japanese style
roll.
Yeah. But I
chopsticks.
would need to know how to do it.
I can show
Over
you how
to you.
I can show you how to do that.
Show me.
I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to show you two different of the designs today, which I've applied to our cushion. So first of all is the actually detail on the back of the cushion. So the most prominent image that we have is the fan, which is just gorgeous. And it's got this little tail at the bottom, which I'll show you how to do. And then behind that we have the characters for the word I. And that character is basically, it's artisan, which I just think great. And the more you get into the book, I don't want to spoil it for you, but in the book, basically, all of the different types of stitches, they all mean something. They all tell a story. And for me, what makes this the most ultimate Sashiko book are these like peachy pages. The Sashiko, the diary, basically. Not diary, what is it called? Pattern library is the word I'm looking for. And I am literally devouring this section of the book. For that section of the book alone, I would pay for it. But the history and everything, that the design ideas and project ideas come as extra for me. For me, it is about this section of the book. It's just fabulous. So it's telling you about where these images come from and what they mean. And it's wonderful. Really lovely.
It is superb. You can get the starter bundle, you can get the book by itself, you can get the cushion making kit. It's entirely up to you.
There you go.
This is the starter bundle. Within the starter bundle, you are getting a 1/2 metre of that classic navy fabric, the sort of indigo-y navy type fabric. You're getting the book, you're getting the pen so you can mark out the grid. You're going to see that in a minute. You're getting the newly sourced Sashiko needles. Whoop, whoop. And of course, you're getting the skeins so that you have, you know,
everything you need to go.
And then if you want to make this with the fabric,
that combination is beautiful.
Works a treat, doesn't it?
So good.
Then the cushion bundle there, producer Paul says he's a fan of it.
He loves it, does it? He does. I know he looks forward to these ones.
He's a fan
got
of it.
Ah.
$21.45. You get your skein, you get your batting, you get your threads. There it is. $21.45. KRGC 80. So maybe you've already got the book. You're looking for extra inspiration. There we go. Maybe you don't have the book yet. Maybe you've already got fabric that you want to have a go with.
Yep.
Then grab the book as well. So we want to cater for everyone.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's get cracking.
Okay, so the first one we're going to do is the eye character or the eye form, which is this section in the back. It's in the background here. Okay, and the reason why I've gone in with the red stitches with the white stitches, because throughout the book you'd see that it's all directional. So this is actually your teaching method, if you like. This red stitch here is just telling you how you start off the pattern, and then once you've got that, off you go.
Right.
So I've gone ahead and drew it out for you in paper form, so you can see the different threads that we use. There's quite a lot there, so it's very different to embroidery.
Okay.
So if I'm going to put it in really simple terms, embroidery would have, like cross stitch, for instance, you would sew your cross and then move on to the next cross. With this one, you don't sew the cross. You sew the lines all the way throughout, and then you come back and then cross the stitch.
Okay.
So there's a couple of rules in Sashiko that we need to learn.
Oh, I like a rule.
All right. So the pattern that I'm going to be doing for you, first of all, is this one here, and I'm not going to pronounce it because I'm going to say it wrong. But it's basically using what
How is your Japanese coming on?
I'm trying my hardest. I really, really am. But basically, this is a character relating to artisan or working, basically.
Right.
So which is quite funny, as it says in the book, because if you're going to mend your working clothes with this stitch, it would literally be a visual pun because it's an artisan working outfit. So it's very good, very clever. I love it. So it's using a 1:1 ratio. So whatever that might be. So it could be 1 inch by 1 inch or 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. You can make this as big or as small as you like. I've gone with a 1 inch ratio on the back of the cushion. Okay, so that's a 1:1. So it's quite a large print. So if you want to really scale that down, you can imagine how small you need to get. So to keep it visual for us, I'm going to go with a 1/2 inch 1:1 ratio.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
Show us.
Show us.
Show us, Jennifer. Show us.
So I've gone ahead and drawn out my grid, which is why it's really important that you have some marking tools. So we've got 2 options for you here. I'm just going to get you a bit of scrap paper.
Well, this is the thing. This is why we've given you, in your starter bundle, we've given you the pens. These fabric pens, pencils are brilliant.
They're great.
Do you remember the pens you used to get at school? Tick, 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 tick. And then you'd have the little, yes, you'd have those with the extra leads. It's that, but fabric form.
Yeah, I love it.
Perfect.
It's great for precision. Great for precision work.
So it's coming in your kit. There's the pen. And there's the replacement, I was going to say blades, leads.
Yeah.
But it's,
it's chalk.
Yeah. This is in your Sashiko starter bundle. You're getting the yellow one in the bundle. Nice.
It's just nice. You can just really fine lines with it, really nice precision, especially when you start drawing your curves and things like that. But it just looked just really good.
Nothing else is going to cut it, is it? This is
it's just like using a pencil. I love it. And the great thing about the pencils is that you don't get it on your hands. As being a dressmaker, I'm used to using chalks, like physical chalks, and you get it all over your hands, you get dusty, don't you? Whereas with the pen, it's great for dressmaking and it's essential for Sashiko. But we've also got the more traditional one as well.
Now, how do we pronounce this? Hera,
I think it is. Hera.
Heron? I don't know.
No, it's definitely not a heron.
Oh.
And it's basically, traditionally it would be bone, but in this case it's plastic.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
And it's exactly the same process, but this time it scores. So I'm just doing the same thing, but this time it doesn't leave, I don't know if you can see that on the screen. There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Can you see that? It just basically leaves a mark, but it
like
will
a
come out.
sheen,
It's a
isn't
sheen.
it?
It basically polishes the fabric.
Ah.
So when you wash it, it'll just come out. It's not a mark. It's not transferred anything. It's just created a sheen on the fabric. Okay.
Cool.
So that's I prefer that method. I love that method. I feel more traditional when I'm doing it that way.
$5.95 for that way.
But get it. But the pencils are great. So I'm going to use the pencils just so you can see more clearly what I'm doing.
I'm a pencil girl. I'd go pencil.
See, I like this one. I feel proper when I'll use that one. I feel proper. Anyway, okay, so let's get back to it. So I've already ground and head and drawn out my grids.
Yes.
So again, just follow through the pages. The instructions are fantastic, and I'm going to use coloured threads today so you can see the different lines and process as we go through it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my orange thread. So as we said about the needles, I'm really glad we've got these needles in because they really do make a lot of difference. So the difference between Sashiko needles and normal, like Western needles, sewing needles, is that they are a lot thicker and a lot longer.
For me, it's having that length means you can get more fabric
through it.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the longest of the batch. So we've got 2 packets, haven't we? We've got one in the bundle that comes with, is it 6 or 8? 8, sorry. And they come in different sizes. So you've got anything from this size through to that size.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
So if you're a hand quilter at home and used to a smaller needle, then I would suggest using the smaller of the 2. It's still a rather large in thickness, but you'll find it a lot easier if you're used to smaller needles.
So it's going to be easier to handle because it's thicker.
Yes, you've got more to hand on. But traditionally, if you're going to use something of that size, then that would be your finer Sashiko stitches. So your threads will be a lot thinner. But then if you're going to go up into the thicker threads, then that's when you really need the longer needles. And what's really gone? You want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say in this pack here, you're going to get 3. So if you're going in the one in the kit, in the starter kit, you get 8 needles.
Which are the 2 that I've just showed you. There's varying sizes and thicknesses.
If you want to get the needles separately, then you get 3. It's a 3-pack that we're selling separately. $3.95. ZJGQ80.
And those are ace.
They are
so let me just bring it into perspective for you. That's the largest needle out of our kit.
Yeah.
Which is perfect for the job.
Yeah.
This is really good for the job. But if you're going to go ultimate Sashiko, look at the size difference of that needle. So imagine how many stitches you can get on that needle. I'm going to show you what I mean now by just doing.
The stock is gone.
I can't imagine.
Already.
Exactly. So I'm going to use the medium-sized one. So if I just do it on here very quickly before I start, and I'm doing these stitches quite big, the reason why they're on a long needle is so you can see your spacing as you go. So not only will it make your stitching more accurate as far as a straight line is concerned, but also it will speed up your sewing because it's hand sewing. It takes a long time, but when you start doing really small stitches, it is a lengthy process, and this is why it gives so much love.
It's a labour of love.
It's absolutely a labour of love, but that's what makes it so special and so beautiful.
Having done the Japanese kanzashi flowers in the earlier hour. You see what we did there? Yeah. Actually, a longer needle would have been really handy.
Especially
for
multiple
going through.
all your petals.
Once you've got them, you'll actually find they're really, really handy needles to have. So whether you're getting them in the bundle, whether you're getting them separately, it's entirely up to you. But make sure you've got them one way or the other.
And you'll be surprised considering how thick, when you get them home, you'll see what I mean. They are very thick needles, but they are extremely sharp, super, super sharp, a lot sharper than normal needles.
So this isn't like an embroidery needle
where
it's
not like a Dana where you've got that kind of domed edge if you're going to go into the microscope. They are super, super sharp, okay? But honestly, now we've got them in, I'm so excited.
Yay!
Right, let's get on with it. So the first thing we're going to do is start our eye motif. So I'm going to come in with pencil so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so the first stitch we're going to do is we're going to come down into this section here, and then we're going to go across. You can see that I'm working diagonally into the squares that I've created with my ruler. So again, another ultimate tool for our Sashiko is make sure you get a nice ruler, which we've got 2 of them today. So both one that's straight, but also one that has angles on. They come in handy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So especially for our fan. So it's definitely worth grabbing yourself one of those.
If you want to do your fan then here it is. This is, yeah, it is. It's a good size as well. For
yeah, it's a nice pocket size, but if you're going to go bigger, then you need bigger rulers. But these are great for starters because you can always butt these up and use your longer ruler with that smaller one as a guide for your angles. Okay, so this is a good size.
And also because on here you've got the angles and that bright lime green there. It's going to stand out on that navy, isn't it? Really stand out. $7.95 for this INTW 10.
Right, let's get cracking. So, we talked about the sort of the Sashiko no-nos and the sashi yeses. So,
the yeses and the no-nos.
So, the sashi yeses is in comparison with embroideries that we do like knots. We like big fat knots.
Okay.
Okay, so don't knot your Sashiko threads.
Always
so
knot.
Always knot your threads.
Okay.
And with this one, with my skeins, I've just separated them. So, I've got 3 strands on here. They normally come in sort of 6. So, I'm going with a medium one. So, I'm going with a medium needle.
Okay, so if you wanted to do a large project and use all 6 strands of
your skein,
yeah, then would you use a thicker and bigger needle? Right.
So the finer the thread, the finer the needle, the smaller the needle, sorry, really, and finer. And then the thicker your thread gets, the bigger the needle gets, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so
where do we start?
We're going to go starting in this top corner. So I've already gone in with my pencils. This works really great. Rather than trying to remember where you need to go, we're going to go in with the pencil first. So there's my first line of stitches. So I'm just working with 3. So I think it looks really nice with the coloured threads sometimes. I know traditionally you would go sort of red or white.
Well, in the starter kit, we've given you red and white.
Which is exactly correct. Yeah, that would be traditional, yeah.
Like you say, you know, you've done this so that you can show us the different stages, but actually it's lovely.
We can add a modern twist to your work, you know, so don't be afraid to add a little pop of colour.
It's like language, isn't it? You know, it evolves over time. There's no reason why this art form can't evolve over time. And yes, traditionally white and red, which is what we've given you. But if you've got other colours, get them out.
Get them out, have a play. Yeah. Especially when you're learning, because I think it will make more sense once we get onto our next layer of stitching. Because it reminds you going, oh yeah, I did that line first, then I did that line.
Yeah, you use it as a memory aid, don't you?
Yes, for me.
So 3 stitches per square is what you're trying for.
I'm going with 3 stitches per square. I'll try to get out of the habit of counting if you can, but I think at the beginning, just to try and help keep your stitches as even as possible. Oh, sorry.
There we go.
There you go. And help keep the stitches as straight as possible and even as possible. Work with numbers.
We talked about Sashiko yeses and sashi nos.
Sashi nos.
The other sashi no is never to stitch where the grid crosses.
That's correct.
So you can see here, every time Jenniffer has not gone through.
Yeah, you miss. So anywhere in between here, but when it gets to the end of the line, so I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. I'm missing the box, but this time I am going to go into the corner because I've come to the end of my line.
Controversial.
So that when I start my next line, which is coming up this way, it gives me a nice, clean, crisp corner.
Okay.
So that's the only time that you would go into that cross. So there's my first section done.
Right, I'm gonna hold that there so that we can get a great shot of that. And just to really highlight, in fact, I'm going to get the pen. So, missed it. There's your cross there. Missed. Cross there. Missed. Because you're then going diagonally across.
Because you're changing direction.
Right in that corner.
Right in that corner.
This is why the grid is so important.
Yep, absolutely.
And using a fine pencil so that you've got that.
Really helps.
Yeah.
It just helps. And I think once you've got your grid down, I mean, essentially, you probably, once you, especially on there's 2 types, so get your teeth in, Jen. You've got 2 types. You've got your pattern one, which is I'm doing now.
Yes.
And then you've got your other ones where you're creating the pattern with the stitches themselves.
Okay.
So once you start doing your running stitch, you don't need the grid anymore because your stitches are the grid. Okay, and whereas this one we're creating a pattern, so it's really important that you have the right tools to do that. Okay, so now it's the next line of stitching. So you can see we've got a full square here. Okay, so I'm going to start in that section there. So I'm going to just bring it up for a second.
So you're skipping one.
So I'm skipping one, and I'm going to go in that direction now.
Now you haven't tied off knots and started again.
So I'm going to show you why in a second. So if I just start that line of 3 stitches. So this is one of the sashi yeses. Can you see here that we have a bagging in the back?
Yes.
That's super, super important. We don't want super bagging, but we do want a little bit of movement in there. Because again, remember, this harks back to repair. If this is super tight, then over time that's going to start wearing and tearing, and it's likely to snap, so there's no giving it. So you need to be able to give that. And also, we are not quilting here, we're embroidering. There's a difference. So we don't want that plush popping that you get with quilting.
Yes.
Okay, so you need to allow movement in your thread to make sure the work lies flat, otherwise you'll get that puckering effect, and we don't want that. Okay, so now I've gone in that direction. I'm now going to carry on working across, in between, diagonally, with my stitches. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Miss
that cross. Yeah.
1. We're going to be counting together. 1.
Yeah. Whilst we count,
2.
we've had an image through from Christine. This is her first attempt at Sashiko.
Oh, let me have a look.
She says that she
know
definitely
what's
uses the
coming.
That's your first attempt?
Beautiful.
Seriously, that's gorgeous.
So that's rice stitch, sorry, in the bottom left-hand corner. That is beautiful. And then that's the variation in the top right-hand corner. But I've not seen that bottom right one before, and that is gorgeous. I'm guessing it'll be a rice variation, but it looks lovely. So the reason why I'm saying rice is because if you break it down to the single character, that's the actual character for rice in Japanese writing.
Okay.
And there's a section on that in book. I'll try and figure it out before you come back. But that is beautiful. Well done. I can see you've done it on a little bit. Is it denim you've done it on there as well, which is fabulous. But again, using those blues, and I think that's really integral to it. Well done. They look fab. What are you going to do with them? Are you going to patch them together, put them into frames? What are you going to do with them?
Like
tell me. Hoops, perfect.
The part looks lovely. Now these needles, 3 in your pack here, but these are the super long ones. If everybody checks out, there's only 10 left.
Oh gosh.
Just saying. First time on air, there's a lot of love for Sashiko School.
I love Sashiko School. I could Sashiko all day. It's like a little dance.
You do.
Right, okay, I'm coming up to my last bit now.
Now, if you're just joining us, that's what we're making. And we're doing this section up here. We're showing you how to do that bit up there. Look, we've got a bundle with all of that fabric on.
It's great.
As well.
The blossom is just lovely on the back of that cushion.
The details on the screen there get you the fabric and your skeins for this. Now, with that, we've given you the warm white wadding.
That's right.
Why have we given you wadding?
Okay, so with this one at the moment, we're just doing some embroidery detail, but because of the project that we're doing it for, so in this case it's a cushion, we've added that little bit of plushness to the back of it, so we are quilting into it. So that is quilted, this is embroidery detail.
Okay.
So imagine that this is on my garment, then what you would probably put under here is layers of the same fabric. You wouldn't go with a quilt.
Okay.
Whereas with this, because the project that we're doing, it's a quilted project. So this is why we've added the wadding in for you. And there is a little bit what we call bearding, where you can feel that the natural fibres have come through as I've stitched. So what I'm doing here, I was stitching through the wadding and through the fabric at the same time. So a little tip for that, I quite like that effect. It makes it feel more traditional almost, like it's been worn, it's used, it's vintage.
Yeah.
I like the feel of it. But if you don't like that feel, then because it's 100%, it's a natural product, you can dye it. So I would just dye it. So either go with an indigo or a black or something like that. So when you are stitching through it, if it does beard, then you won't see it. You won't see it. So that would be a tip if you don't want that effect. I quite like it personally, but
it's down to personal preference, isn't it? But that's why that wadding is in there for you. I do like that warm white.
It's lovely. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I'm finishing off my section now. So very similar to where we started here. Hold on, I've done it wrong, haven't I? No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. You can see I've got a full square at the moment then. You always go a bit jelly-like. So I've got a full square here before I came up and around.
Yeah.
And again, I've got a full square, I'm coming down and around. So that's the process, basically. So I'll finish that off and then we're ready for our next step.
So they sort of slot in,
They slot in, that's correct. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And I'm just going to carry on until I finish off my grid. So it doesn't matter if you don't finish your U-shape, so don't panic. But what I really like about the length of these needles is when you've done your stitch, you go, hold on a minute, that stitch is a little bit longer than I want it to be. You can just back it out and start again.
Okay.
Which is what I really like about it.
So there's no fussy unpicking or any of that?
Oh, no, you can't unpick it. You defo can't unpick it.
No.
You can unthread it, but you can't.
That's what I mean, yeah. Unpicking through unthreading.
Yeah.
Now, if you want the book by itself, then you know, maybe you want to get this and then get the cushion kit.
Yes.
You know, maybe that's how you want. Maybe you've already got the book and then you just, however you want to get it. But if you've missed out on this in the past, here's how you can get it. $15.95, code VKMZ09. But it just is fab. Gives you the history, gives you different ideas, greeting cards, things like that. I think they've got a lovely masculine feel, actually, the greeting cards. So if you want to do something, because sometimes if you do make your own cards, sometimes it's just all a bit girly. But you see, this is what I was saying about my next door neighbour who started making sushi. I could make something like that.
So lovely.
And a great gift. Maybe you've got friends, a new home, something like that. You made that on the last show, didn't you?
Show,
which was gorgeous. It's just a lovely way of getting some
Sashiko into your life,
some interest, because this is it. That's the fan. That's the bottom of the cushion that we're doing today.
Yeah, that's where the inspiration came from. Yeah.
Look at that as a table
runner. Oh, it's just beautiful.
You see, I always think sometimes we sell so many fabrics that are very, very floral, very feminine. It's nice to have something that actually can be quite masculine as well.
Yeah.
But is a thing of beauty. And that's what this is doing. Look at all of these. This is like a workshop on every page.
I love
Christine says about this book. Page 98 is the rice stitch.
Yes. There you go. So out of that one...
Are these all rice stitch?
Yes.
All of them?
If we just skip back one page. There we go. This is the starting off. So I noticed that one. That was the foundation for it. Then she went on to this one, which was the bottom one. I think she did this one as well. But you can see what I mean about the character for rice.
So it just build up.
There you go. That's the character there. That's the character for rice. So once you've seen that, then you see that this is a kind of deconstructed version of that character. But if you come up one, then you'll be able to see it more in that second stitch. There you go. See it coming through now.
And that's
the character there. That is the character as it should be.
And this is Christine's version.
Looks
beautiful. Looking good.
So good.
Using this book. So if you've never done it before, maybe this is the first time you've tuned in and seen Jennifer's School of Sashiko. Brilliant. Each time we do this, we're bringing you a different design. There's a wealth of...
Honestly, it's a book for a lifetime. Just do a little stitch a day, and then piece it all together and have a beautiful Sashiko quilt at the end of it. Gorgeous. Or hanging. Yeah. Oh, there's just so many things you could do. I'm literally Sashikoing everything.
It could be like what are the... You know what I mean.
The word will come in a minute.
I'll get there in a minute. I'm going to go over here and show you some fabric instead. Might help while I think about the word. Sampler.
Thank you.
That's what. You could do a sampler quilt. Now, we've got a brand new starter bundle for you today, which is this one here. So you're going to get a 1/2 metre of your indigo fabric there so that you are good to go. You've got all of that ready to have a good old stitch with. Then you're going to get the book, which alone is $15.95. So you get your fabric, you get your book, all of that inspiration in there. You're also going to get your pencil with replaceable leads in there as well. Leads. You know what I mean. You're also getting threads, hence the mix-up. Traditional colours, you've got your red and your white. And then, first time ever, we've got you proper Sashiko needles.
Yay.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. You asked, we got. There it is. 8 of these in this particular bundle. If you're buying needles separately, then they are in a 3-pack, but you've got 8 in here. $35.95 for that starter bundle. Every time we've bought you a starter bundle, it has sold out. please make sure that you get it. Now, the other bundle that we've got is so that you can make the cushion that Jennifer's made for us today. This is what we were talking about with your wadding. This is, because it's natural, that's why we've put this in. It's 100% natural. You can dye this if you don't want that bearding coming through. But look at this. You whoop, come here, thread. Look at this beautiful, beautiful fabrics. It's a blossom fabric, so it feels right for a Japanese art form to have that cherry blossom in there. We've also given you threads that you can sew your cushion together. We've also given you, of course, your beautiful... These have got great luster, actually, these anchor threads. Look at that red in particular. Woohoo! And you've also got your plain. So you have all of those in there. $21.45. There's a huge amount in there. Now, displaying these, I think, is key. Yes, you can make cushions, but my husband would argue, excuse me for stretching in front of you, that actually we already have the EU cushion mountain in our house. His words, not mine. So I need to find new ways
of displaying your wonderful artwork.
We have got different size hoops, 17, 15, 12 and 10 centimetre hoops here for you. 25 centimetre one here. So you can, I mean, maybe, because we've got a display over there, haven't we, with all our hoops.
I love it.
We like our hoops, but now you can use this to display, teeth in, to display your Sashiko.
Sashiko.
$3.95. What I love about these as well is that as you get better, you might want to, you know, mix and match them up, change them up a little bit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they're easy to do that. Because if you put a picture in a frame, you can't really get it back out again. It's difficult. The next one here is 17 centimetres. Oh, it's got a thread. Next one is your 15 centimetres. You can keep these are natural wood, you can keep them as natural, or you can paint them, varnish them, do whatever. 12 centimetre one here. They're a great price actually. Frames can be really expensive, but this is a great way to get
them in.
$2.95, yes.
It's a nice way of displaying the gift too if you're going to gift them. Yeah, definitely.
Really lovely.
Really lovely.
$2.95, there we go.
Okay. So while you were showing the beautiful fabrics, I've gone ahead and carried on the next one of stitch. So this is what we did originally. This is our red stitch. We're all done. So you can see that all I've done is mirrored the exact same thing again, but in a different colour. Just so you can see the difference. And you would just basically keep flipping and repeating that. Okay. And then there is one more line of stitching that I need to show you to give you the eye effect. And then once we're done, we can get on with the fan. But what I really want to do is just show you the back, because I'm going to show you how to finish off your thread. So we talked about knots. So you can see I've got a big knot in this corner here. So that's already taken care of. We've got our little baggings there where we've jumped. Okay, so the same on the front and back there. So to tie off, this is how I do it. Go through the last stitch, so through the stitch but not the fabric. Oh, wiggly wobbly.
Get that
through the stitch
needle.
And not the fabric. And then you've got a loop. So back up through the loop. So there's one. And then go back through again. Back through the loop, that's two. So you notice that I'm pinching the stitch as I'm pulling the thread, so that way it's not causing the tension in the stitches, it's just tightening in the knot area. And then once you've got that, then you can snip away.
Now, June in East Sussex says, morning, my lovelies. Sorry if you've already covered this, but do you split the strands of thread, says June?
Depending on what you're doing. So depending on the size of work, as in the grid or ratio that you're working to, and also what you're doing it for, you might choose to go with a really fine, like a single, almost like you would do with hand stitching, a single thread, which means you would need a smaller needle, hence why we've got the array of different sizes for you today. You can go medium, which is what I'm doing, where I've literally split it in half. So there's 6 to the skein, so I've gone in half, so that's 3 threads. Or just go with the full 6 and therefore get the thick needle, and that will give you a really dominant print. So you might want to go a bit bigger on that. So it's all yours. It's all yours. Whatever kind of feel you're going.
Personal preference. That scares a lot of people. Sometimes they just want to be told.
Yes.
Exactly what it is. Up to
whatever
you.
what you think is best. So the final section now to create our eye, it's just going to pop in front of you. So imagine this is all being repeated, repeat.
Yes.
So the last thing we need to do now is to create our eye, don't we?
Okay.
So think of it as capital letters. So at the moment it's probably, especially when you do it in full, it'll look like a maze. But if you can see here, there's the top. If I do a stitch down here, which is what I'm going to do in a second, there's the eye. There's the capital I. Has it popped for you yet?
Yes.
So all I'm going to be doing is going down with my stitch, and I'll do that super quick for you, all the way down to give you my eye. And then that would repeat itself over here.
Oh. Oh, nice.
Can you see?
Yeah.
There's the other one there, so that will fall off. And then again, that would be a break. So the next one will be down here somewhere. And it just keeps going. But once you layer and layer and layer up, it's going to look like a maze.
Brilliant.
It's gorgeous. So I'm just going to go in very quickly with our little eye, and then that's that one done. So again, it's very important, as Natasha pointed out, where our grid crosses, you can see there's no stitches.
Yes.
And the reason being for that, again, is one of our Sashi knows, is that our stitches are not touching. So you can see that I've come up, if I just do a couple of stitches there.
So this gives you that space for you to come up.
See there?
Ah.
They're not touching, so that's the important bit. Okay.
Excellent.
So I'm just going to carry on with that now.
You can make this if you get your Sashiko starter bundle, $35.95. You get your fabric ready to go. You get your pen so that you can mark out your grids. And it's a special fabric pen, but it has the fineness of a normal pencil, which is brilliant. You also get 2 different skeins of thread. You get your white, you get your red as well, so you can be doing exactly this effect. You get your book. You get everything ready to go, and including 8 Sashiko needles. Fantastic.
Ta-da.
It's looking good.
So it's just popping at you now, isn't it?
Yep.
So there's our eye, and again, that meaning either work or artisan. So that's the inspiration with that character. So that's it. That's the first one done. So we can crack on with our fan now, if you're ready.
So Director Tim wants to know why that's done in white and why that's done in red.
Okay, so you could do it all in white if you wanted to. I could have gone and picked an orange like I did the first time. It's just to show you what I'm doing. But what's really lovely about, and throughout the Sashiko one, is that there will be one layer that will be red. So there's a great example in the book, actually, if I just bring that over super quick, with the table runner. And you can really see it in all its glory. Where are you?
But you see here, you've just got that red highlight.
It's exactly that. It's
Or low light, rather, isn't it?
Low light. Where are you? It's coming, I can feel it.
If you want the fabric so that you can make this cushion, details coming up for you.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. So if I just bring that in for Natasha, my
So
darling,
hang on, $21.45 for your cushion bundle. If you already have the book, then you're good to go. But if you don't have the book, you'll have to grab the book separately. Here it is. So this is what you're saying about using the red thread.
So if we come in close just for a second. It's basically the teaching tools. So you can see here we've got a very strong zigzag line, and that would have been the line of stitching. So it's not just stitching all of this and then moving up and moving up. It's all done in one stitch. That's what makes it, it's one stitch, yeah?
So if you turn that over, it would be a continuous line of
so
stitching.
this red line is going all the way up here, and then it's coming down and around. The same again with the yellow, that's a direct line there, stop, another line there, stop, so on and so forth. So it's all about a continuous line of stitching. This is where Sashiko differs from embroidery, because you're not stitching what you're doing and moving on to the next part. You're doing it, it's for the long haul. It's for the long haul, okay? So that's why it's nice to add that hint of red traditionally to give you that look.
It's not intimidating like a lot of embroidery where you look at it and you think, well, it's too much. I don't know where to start. You know, it's too advanced for me.
And I think that's what, when people especially see like the rice stitch that our lovely viewer sent in, the minute you see that you go, whoa, that looks complicated. But once you break it down, it's just a straight,
running stitch.
it's just a running stitch, and it's fab.
Perfect.
Fab. Right.
Okay, so Sashiko's cushion details there. If you want the starter bundle, it's down there for you. So this is the cushion bundle here. You get the batting. Actually, I love that batting. You don't necessarily have to use the batting for this. You can save it for a quilting project if you want.
It's super soft.
But it's brilliant to have in your stash. And you get the 2 different ½ meters of fabric and your 2 different threads. And, of course, your thread to actually sew the cushion together. If you want the starter bundle, if you've never Sashikoed before, then the starter bundle that we've got for you today is $35.95. You get your needles, you get your thread, you get your fabric, you get your book, you get everything that you need to get going.
You don't get me, unfortunately, but you get everything else.
We've got you anytime you want on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because once our show's finished for the day, they go onto YouTube and then you can watch them whenever.
Yeah, you've got everything you need now. But no,
It's live now on YouTube, actually.
Is
Oh,
it now?
yeah.
Hello, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Right.
The batting is lovely. Skip the batting, to be honest.
It's
It's
my favourite
gorgeous.
batting.
It's beautiful. But it is 100% cotton, so it'll be great for dyeing on. So it's even if you've got a quilt at home and you just, blend it in so you can't see it through those fabrics. Definitely worth doing it. Okay, so right then. So now we're on to the big boy, which is our fan, which I know is a personal favourite of Paul's.
He's a big fan.
He does like it.
Is what he likes to say. That's his job. There we go. Big fan. Where do we start?
Okay, so this is a little bit different. So we're not working with the fan motif. We're not working to a grid. Okay, so
hang on a minute.
We have to
Right.
draw this one out. So I haven't gone ahead and drawn anything at all because I want to whoop. It's all right. We looked a little bit drunk for a second then. Okay.
We've got 10 minutes.
I'm going to try my hardest
do
to get it out for you. So this is where you really need your rulers. So first of all, I'm going to start with what would be the opening of our fan. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with my my square grid, and I'm just going to go with a 5-inch, just so it's easier for you to see what we're doing. Okay. Well, there you go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's that bit done. So now we need to find out where the centre point of our fan's going to be. So we make sure that we get the sections of the fan equal.
Right.
Okay. So this is where we need our little ruler. So this one's really handy because you've got your degrees on there.
Details for your ruler are on the screen.
Okay. So I need my 45-degree angle, and you can see I'm going into the very corner of my grid. And again,
so you line the 45-degree line on there, so you then draw on the edge.
Line. So again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Okay, just so I know that that point's the same as that point is the same as that point.
Okay,
Okay,
right.
so once we've got that, we're good. So I'm going to go in with a 4-inch fan, and the reason why I've gone 5 is because we've got to allow for the curve, for the tops, okay,
right,
for our half circles. So if I measure between here and here, it just so happens to be 3 inches.
Happy days.
Happy days. So I'm going to go 1, 2.
Okay.
And the same again here. 4 inches.
Should
4
be.
inches. 1, 2.
Hooray!
Yep. So now we've split our fan into 6 pieces. So depending on how big your fan is, you might get, be 8, so on and so forth. But as long as it's even on both sides, we're good to rock and roll.
And is this, again, we're looking at a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you are doing an inch, stick with inch increments.
No. It doesn't have to be. Whatever the split is, it just so happens that for me to get a nice, even, quick evenness, it was just easy for me to break it down into 3. Do you know what I mean? But it could be anything you want it to be.
Right.
But as long as it's all even. So we're not working to that ratio on this one, okay? All right, so now I'm just going to carry on with my...
There's me going in with the tricky questions.
No, it's a good question because that's probably what the audience are asking. So the same thing again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our point there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we know that, and that is the same, and you carry on repeating through that section.
Yes.
And then there's one last thing that we need to do before we move and start stitching.
Go on.
So we need to figure out what our circumference or radius of our circle is. So because this is an inch here, we're going to create a dome shape, aren't we?
Yes.
So if that's an inch, the radius would be half an inch, wouldn't it? So if I get my ruler again, this is why these are super cool, is you've got your section there. So I know these are the right place because I've made those little marks, didn't I? Our 4-inch marks. There's our halfway point. And again, mark it up that way, ½ inch.
Okay.
So I know that when I curve...
so you just mark half and half, and that gives you that dome.
And half.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just going to do that one more time. So there's half.
Yeah. And then
Do it
again...
at a right angle, another half. So I know if I do a little curve there and a little curve there, we've got our curves in place. So you can see how that's starting to grow already.
This ruler's really come into its own today, hasn't it? That bright colouring is perfect against that navy.
Boom, boom, boom. Know exactly what
Brilliant. 21.45 gets you the fabric and everything that you need for the cushion. The ruler we just had up on the screen, it was $7.95, but it's now on the web so you can grab it.
Grab it.
Yeah, grab it.
Okay, so you just carry on. So basically, you're going to draw out your fan, so you know where you're marking before you even get your needle and thread out. All right, so I've done that. So just because we're running out of time, I've gone ahead and speedily started.
Hey, there it is. Okay.
So I'm going to go and use a different colour just so you can see the difference between what we're doing. I'm going to move these out of the way because I'm going to
You
get.
could do an ombre fan.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so the only difference between this one and the one that we did earlier is that we're not going to knot our section.
Not knotting.
And the reason being is because I know that, again, this is one of Paul's personal favourites. He likes the little plait at the very bottom.
He does.
So we're going to leave some thread for a plait.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to actually start at the top of the fabric, not from underneath.
Right.
So we're going to go right into the corner of our fan. So we're going to go in.
Do they meet?
In the corner, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sash, yes.
But you can see I've got a stitch here.
Yes.
It's very, very close.
Yes.
Come in. I can feel it. They come in with me.
There.
There's my needle, and there's a stitch really close to that needle. We're not doing that one yet. We're doing this one. So we're skipping a stitch.
Okay.
So stay with me for a moment.
We're not going anywhere.
There you go.
There you go.
So you can see that I've not stitched that section when you've got 1, 2, and then what should be a third, I've missed it. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to carry on.
Why have you missed it?
So I'm going to do it on the way back down.
Oh, okay.
So another thing that I just want to point out here, you can see that I've gone ahead and marked in the 2-inch point. So that's where I want my fan to start. So if you imagine, like on a fan, you have the bones, don't you? Coming in from the bottom, and then you have the detail of the fan.
That bit.
So you can see you've got 2 lines of stitching. So basically, in essence, at the very bottom, that's my 2-inch. So that's the section there that I'm talking about. Okay.
So because we can't have stitches crossing,
That's right,
unless
Tash.
it's part of the design.
Good
you
girl.
Don't go.
I definitely don't want them meeting in that section.
Which means that at a later date you can just do a straight stitch. Whee,
straight down. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So
possibly with that sound effect.
Yeah, always with the sound effects.
Patricia sent a message. Oh, an image. Oh, even better. First attempt. I love that we're getting all the first attempts.
I love it.
First attempt at Sashiko. Oh, Sashiko. It's no I in it. You don't pronounce the
Sashiko.
Sashiko. What?
Whoa.
No.
That is
First attempt.
amazing. I told you once you start, you can't stop. Look at that.
That's
is
incredible.
Stunning.
Now, she says...
Look at the fun in the middle.
Brilliant. Easier to, zigzag the edge of your material so it stops it fraying. Because you are going to manhandle this.
Yes, or pink it.
Pink it,
Pink it.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
That's
truly
gorgeous.
Brilliant. Wow.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
You are such a clever bunch, aren't there?
I love it. Love it. Okay, so I'm just coming round into my circle now.
Blown away by these. They first attempts of things are normally
amazing.
Rubbish. That's amazing.
It's stunning. I want to know how long it took you to do it.
Oh, producer Paul says that here. I know that's not true because his first attempt at a block was amazing. I didn't see the finished thing, producer Paul. I need to see
Oh, is this the competition block?
Well, we weren't allowed to call it a competition. It was so a competition.
Oh, they're competitive, I tell you. There's been fighting and everything.
Well, you know, there was uproar because producer Hannah entered hers a week late. We feel that's
surely that's a disqualification.
Well, an unfair advantage, surely. Producer Paul was not happy about that. You do not want to incur the wrath of producer Paul. Oh, no.
I love the passion is feeding through into the staff.
No, we're all about it. Yeah. Hang on. What do we do now?
Right, okay, so I've stitched my curve. So I've just gone with 2 stitches just so to keep the evenness of my stitch. And again, notice that they're not touching in the top corner of my fan. So remember we talked about our top sections where I've made sure I've marked the 4. So that's the top of our 4. So I'm going to go in there now.
Oh.
And stitch down. So I haven't got a line, but you can see that I don't need a line because I've got those 2 points of reference anyway with the stitches, yeah?
And because you've got that long needle, you can check that you are actually heading in the right direction. It's all good. It's all good. 21.45 for your cushion. We've only got a minute left. For your cushion bundle, you get your skeins, you get your batting, you get a metre of fabric, 21.45. If you need the beginner bundle, the starter bundle, which is sold out every time we've brought it to air, then that is $35.95. You get the book. You get the needles. We'll go into all of that detail in a minute. This is looking stunning.
Right, so I've stitched all the way down to our 2-inch mark, so I've stopped. So now we're going to do a big jump to the bottom. So remember when we said about the last stitch? That's our last stitch. So I'm going to go in and out.
Right.
So again, we've got a big jump in the back. Can you see that big jump there?
And that's okay.
Okay, so again, remember, leave that bag in.
Yeah.
So this time we are going to go back out to the front, into that cluster of loose threads. So later on, when you've carried on, and then you plait that together, and that's your knot. The plait's the knot. Love it.
Beautiful.
Sashiko.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'll do it again. Should we do it again? Let's do it again.
Again and again and again. We're loving Sashiko School.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
You're
now, of course, if people need to meet you, need to meet her, then you need to get yourself some tickets for the Great British Sewing Bee live. That is at Excel London, 21st to the 24th of September. You're going to be there.
I am.
I'm going to be there. We're all going to be there, having a lot of fun. We have got a special discount code for you to use. SQD for discount. SQD, Sewing Quarter discount. SQD, pop that in, you get £1.50 off your ticket. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I'll see you soon.
I'm going over here.
All right, see you in a bit.
Bye.
Give it back.
No, it's mine. Possession being 9/10 of the law, it's now mine. Right, if you want to be able to make this fabulous cushion, then 21.45. Yeah. Oh, look, I can show you there. That's the little plait that we were just looking at. So 21.45, you get your ½ meters of fabric. Let me give you a little waft of that. And we've chosen this specially because it's got that blossom, that Japanesey blossomy feel to it. So you've got that. It's the navy and white design. So you've got that echo. That thought has gone into this, which is excellent. You get ½ meter of that. You get ½ meter of your navy. You also get your threads, your red and your white. Look at the luster on that. Ooh, yeah. We love a bit of luster. There it is. So great quality there. And your thread so that you can sew your cushion together, and beautiful wadding, lovely natural fibres. If you want the book by itself, you go, I've got that, I can do that. Then here it is, $15.95 for the book by itself, but it is the key, the absolute key. It is multiple workshops in one. As Jenniffer says, once you get to the kind of the, you've got all the history there, once you get to these pages here, these sort of natural coloured pages, they give you each of the stitches step by step. Draw out your grid, follow the step-by-step instructions, and you have got an absolute wealth. Well, let me show you the inspiration that has got so many people excited about this. Imagine having a quilt like that. Just stunning. $15.95 gets you the book. Now, if you want, okay, I want starter kit me up. Yes, I will. It's a brand new starter kit for you. The others have all sold out in the past. In today's starter kit, ladies and gentlemen, we give you the book. You need the book. Get going with the book. We are also going to give you your fabric so you can get going straight away. You've also got your pencils so you can mark out those grids with precision. But most exciting of all are the brand newly sourced Sashiko needles. They are super sharp and super long. We've got those, and we've also got your threads, your thread skeins ready to go. $35.95. That is a great gift, whether it's to yourself or to someone else. But you do need to check out your baskets, because they are going to go. Very low on stock there for that. $35.95 gets you that starter kit, and then you can Sashiko along to Sashiko School every time we have it. Now, coming up after the break, some brand new fabrics for you. Oh, yes. And there might be a little Japanesey feel there too, because, yes, that's what we're doing on Wednesday Wonders. See you in a moment. Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts.
Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the herringbone stitch. This is a stitch that's used for holding 2 layers of fabric together, and its construction makes it ideal for things like stretch fabrics because the stitches will move with the cloth. It's also a really nice decorative stitch. So I'm going to start with my needle and thread. Now I'm actually using embroidery thread so you can see what I'm doing, and I've also put a knot in the end. So starting from the wrong side of the fabric, we're going to go through to the top. And we're actually going to be working from left to right, but you can also work right to left, whatever's comfortable for you. And we're going to start with a diagonal stitch going up. So that's our first stitch. Now you're going to come back on yourself and to the left of that stitch. But this time we're going to come down. You want to try and keep this as even as possible. So you can see that we've created our first cross. Now again, going from the left to the right, we're going to create our stitch. So you can see we've got a cross there and a cross there. So there we have our herringbone stitch.
Britain's favourite sewing show is coming to London and we'll be there with bells on. The Great British Sewing Bee Live is taking place over 4 days from the 21st to the 24th of September at XL London. If you're a hobbyist dressmaker who's been inspired by what you've seen on the Sewing Bee, a seasoned professional looking for new ideas, or just fancy taking dressmaking up for the first time, this is the event for you. We are proudly sponsoring the Demo Theatre with live performances from designer, author and former Sewing Bee contestant Jenniffer Taylor throughout the weekend. And with our discount code SQD, you'll get £1.50 off your ticket. So what are you waiting for? Grab your tickets now and join the buzz at the Great British Sewing Bee Live this September.
Hey, welcome back. It is Wednesday Wonders here at Sewing Quarter. Yes, we've got brand new fabrics for you. Hooray! We like that. And then we've put bundles together because we know what you like. Few bundles, colour coordinating, all beautiful, hard work done for you. Because let's face it, if you go into a fabric shop, how often do you end up carrying around the great long bolts of all done for you. Beautiful. We're going to start off with a sort of a Japanesey theme. As you know, there's been a bit of a Japanesey feel all day today. This is brand new, and I think it's uber gorgeous. There's a simplicity about it that is just stunning, quite frankly. This is being sold by the half metre, 100% cotton for you. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? And if you look really closely in the background, you've got those Sashiko stitches echoed in the back, which is just brilliant. So it's just lovely. This is your Japanese garden floral vine in ivory. It's picking up that Japanese vibe. And I don't know how, I'm sure we'll be able to get a close-up with this. You know, we were just doing those Sashiko stitches. I've just seen in there. Can you see in the background? Just a very delicate Sashiko style stitch. So that is my new favourite today. Now, of course, if you're using this into a quilt or something like that, you're going to need colours that go, that work. So we've done a couple of things for you. Firstly, we've put together, we've picked out colours that work, and then we've also done threads. So I'll put threads to one side. We'll look at those in just one moment. But this is your, here we go. To go with your Oriental Vine, this is your Oriental Vine fabric bundle. So 1.5 meters, half a metre of each. You've got your linear and your pumpkin here. You've got bright yellow there. and then you've got ocean there. So it's picking out those colours from this fabric. So this is separate to the bundle. The bundle gives you these three here, your bright yellow, your pumpkin, and your ocean. So those three together, you can see pulling out those colours. So it's going to be a magical treat. Now, if you want to get the threads that go with this, then we've got those all matched for you. There they are. And again, you know, it's that little added extra, whether you're using it so that those threads just disappear, whether you're using it to create a sort of a beautiful embroidery pattern in a contrasting thread, then you've got those threads and it's all going to work beautifully together. $4.95 for your Oriental Vine thread bundle. Hurrah! Now, next up, I've had some interesting dog walks while I've been off this last week with my son. And yesterday we found a beautiful dragonfly, absolutely stunning. And it was the most glorious metallic blue. And so I was thrilled when I saw the dragonflies in this fabric here today, because it just took me right back. So this is your Japanese garden dragonfly. Isn't that pretty? It's simple but stylish. You know exactly what they are. And it's just that, in fact, these colours are just so on trend, welcoming. Blue is one of the most popular colours for home life, for all your home furnishings and things like that. And this is just a really lovely one. So it combines that lovely blue, and then you've got that dragonfly in there as well. Two different tones, brand new today. I think this one is going to be super popular. And guess what we've done? Oh yes, we've given you a bundle to go with it. So picking out, because you've got in the background, you've got quite a delicate but deep blue patterning through there. So we've given you that darker blue to pick up that dark. Now this is indigo and this is in your linear, so you've got texture in here already. So if you are maybe getting some of this and then this bundle that I'm about to show you to quilt with, not only do you have a lovely pattern here, but you've then got texture coming through it as well. Now we've picked out this colour here, this lighter butterfly dragonfly there, and we've popped that in there. So you get a 1/2 metre of that. Is that stone? Latte. Sorry. Then we've got pearl blue coming in there, which is picking up this one there. So all of these working an absolute trip. Absolute treat. There they are together. Gorgeous. So $11.45 for your Oriental Blue fabric bundle, 1.5 meters. But of course you're going to need thread. Of course you will. Of course. Here it is. I'm enjoying this. So we've got, here are your threads that are going to work. So that goes with your indigo. That goes there. There we go. But of course this will also work if you're grabbing your dragonfly separately and you want to bring through those colours that are in that dragonfly fabric. Lovely. Now, next one is, I'm going to go pink butterflies. It's been a while since I've looked at anything pink. So let's take a look at some pinks. Pop these dragonflies away. Here we go. Look at this. It's $5.95 per 1/2 metre. Unashamedly girly and pretty. Ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? Vibrant, bold, and yet so feminine. Very pretty butterflies in there. There's a lot of detail in those butterflies. And you know what? If you wanted to embroider into that, increase that, then you could do that. It is a super pretty fabric here. And it's got, if I can just show you the back. I know it sounds a bit weird to show you the back of the fabric, but you can see almost better from the back, the texture of the colour on the front. So it's not a flat colour on the front. There is texture in that pink, which is lovely. So not only do you have this bold colour, but it's not flat. You've got that texture coming through as well. And then you've got that beautiful detailing on the butterfly. So delicate and intricate. It's all in there. $5.95. But you might want to do something that is going to contrast. Producer Paul wants to know if you could make this into a top. It's 100% cotton. You can. It's what inch is that? Is that what, 44 inches across? 112, so just under 44 inches across. So 112 centimeters across. So you'd need a little bit because you haven't got the width. But yes, you can, because it is cotton, so it would be breathable and nice to wear. I'll grab that up in a second. Let me show you the fabric bundle that we've got to go with this. It's very pink. It's very pink. Because if you don't have enough pink with your butterflies, get some more pink. Here it is. Woohoo! I'm loving this. Kind of an ombre of pink, but also with some texture in there as well, because we've popped a linear one in there too. So if I pop that there, you can see these three different colours that we've got here. So we've got your linear is your patterned one. Linear in azalea. You've got magenta and candy floss, and then you've also got in there, you've got magenta, candy floss, azalea. That's your three colours. But you see, look, if you're going pink, like go really pink, and there they are. If you want threads that are going to match, that's $11.45 for those three. If you want threads to match, oh no, that one goes there. $4.95 for your three different threads there. There it is. So $4.95 for that thread. Fab. Oh yes. Now, whilst I've got that pink out, because I think what would be really lovely as well is with the, I know we've got a different bundle to go with this, but I think that the grey and the pink looks beautiful together. There. Look at that. So this is the butterfly fabric in grey, $5.95 per half a metre. This is for your Botanica butterfly. But then look at it with the pinks. I like that an awful lot. Yeah. Really pretty. Really pretty. Grey, of course, fabulous for setting off any of these bright, vibrant colours. So I also think that the grey, and let's just see how this is playing out. Look at that. It's really beautiful. So you could, this is very popular this hour, this butterfly already. Now maybe you want to contrast it with the pink butterflies that we've just shown you. You could do that. Now, let me show you the bundle that they actually picked out for the grey. They've gone with the pink, but they've also put in a blue. So I'm just going to... I want to show you these. Because that is your grey and pink, timeless classic. And you've got that lovely pastel pink there. But then maybe you want a slightly deeper shade. Again, it's a pastel-y shade. This is your flamingo along here. But then we've also given you glacier grey, which actually, next to it, is almost coming up like a blue. So we've given you these pastel tones to go with that bold grey. Maybe these are going to be your linings. Maybe this is just going to be a contrast as a section through a cushion or on a bag, or however you want to use this. But these were the ones that we picked out to go with the grey. Grey, of course, is going to go with so many of these. So $9.95, slightly less expensive because you haven't got the linear in there. So that's why they're just three of your plains in there. But I just think looking gorgeous. To show you the threads that are going to match. There we go. These here, there's your grey going in with your glacier, there's your pink with your pastel, and there's your flamingo matching thread there. $4.95 for those. And just, yeah, you see, just imagine having that pink thread as you highlight it. Maybe you want to get out some of those fancy stitches that your machine does that you just need an excuse to use. That's going to look beautiful on that, isn't it? Really lovely. Now, I'm going rogue, producer Paul. He's worried now, I can tell you. He's like, oh, what's she going to do? What's she going to do? I'm going to keep this grey as a base because I also want to show you how lovely the grey looks with these. A little bit different. But you see, grey works beautifully with the yellow. So details for this, which is the Oriental Vine Bundle. Yeah. Or if you want to go with that orange with the grey, just looks lovely. It just gives it a whole different feel, doesn't it? It gives it more, I wouldn't necessarily think of butterflies as being a more masculine feel, but as soon as you pop that orange, you've got that feel. And there you go, that's your ocean blue coming in treat. So you've got those different options. I think grey is a great mixer. So whichever ones you've gone for, it's going to work an absolute treat. So details for this down the bottom there. The botanical butterfly details are on your screen there. Now, this was actually meant for the Oriental, which is my favourite one and most popular. I'm so glad that you love it. Here we go. This is it. The detailing in this. Do you know what? It's a good job we've been learning all about Sashiko, because otherwise I wouldn't have realised what that detail was in the background. But after Jenniffer's Sashiko, you can see she did, because the Sashiko show that she did before today's, we did that stitch. Just as just a gentle detailing in the background, and then you've got those beautiful, beautiful florals. Absolutely gorgeous. We all like this. When this came out this morning, we were all like, ooh, that's pretty. Imagine a blouse out of that. Be very nice, wouldn't it? So just simple, stunning, timeless, beautiful. Now, there is no reason why. I've had a thought. So, if you want, maybe you're making a bag out of this. Maybe you want to line it with the yellow and get that as your contrast. So you can do that. Maybe. So that's picking out the yellow. Then maybe you want to pick out the orange. And again, gives it a different feel. Maybe you want to go with that blue and pick that out. But maybe you want to use all of them. They all work a treat. And that's why we've picked those out. Add on top of that your threads that go with it, and you are good to go. So your Japanese garden details there. QZMY50. And this bundle, 1, 2, 3, these 3 fabrics here, $11.95, details down there. $11.45, what did I say? Oh, 11:45. Did you out 50p there? Okay. Okay, next most popular is the grey. Yeah, not surprised. Love the grey. Let's pop this one away. The grey is, it's that classic, isn't it? It's like the Scandi grey this morning on our 8 o'clock hour was so popular. Grey is incredibly versatile. It's very popular at the moment. And here it is. Now, the butterflies are big enough that you could fussy cut these out if you've got some scraps left over. Yeah. Producer Paul has discovered fabric markers. And he's now saying you could highlight with your fabric markers some of those colours. Yes, you could. You absolutely could. You could also pop this in an embroidery hoop, and you could embroider one of those butterflies. It would be gorgeous. Very versatile fabric. What I'm thinking about is there's no reason why you couldn't then get the pink and contrast it. Because look at these together. If you want the fabric markers, by the way, they're on the website. They're like $11.95 or something like that. So here's your pink. Yeah. You can colour those in as well. But just if you're doing anything reversible, they look gorgeous together. They look beautiful. So you can do that. Maybe then you want to then work through, and once you've got that pattern in, then you want to bring those in. So I'd then get the grey to break up the enormity of pink. And then, yeah, you could work that into your quilt, couldn't you? So, details are, for the fuchsia, $5.95. Same price as the grey. It's just up to you which one you go for. But if you're grabbing a 1/2 metre of the fuchsia, grab a 1/2 metre of the grey so it doesn't feel left out. It's lovely. And then we've got the pinks that highlight, that go. And they're there. You've got azalea in your linear, which is not only is it giving you a rich colour there, but it's also giving you that linear texture. So we're starting to work with your texture in there as well. There we go, we've got that. And then you've got your flamingo pink, which is that one, and your pastel one there. $11.45 for your butterfly pink bundle for those. That's that coming in. Now, producer Paul has been scanning the internet for you, and he's found our pens. So if you are after pens, here they are. These are the textile markers. So you could just highlight certain parts of that butterfly there. He loves that idea. It's because it's his idea. He loves it. $12.95 TNCG84 for your textile markers. I tell you why producer Paul loves these now is because he's actually had a go with them. He's used them, and it's as soon as you've used stuff, you start to really love it and understand why it's such a great thing to have in your stash, because then you could do a cushion and just highlight one butterfly if you wanted, or you could do the whole lot and do them in different colours. It's entirely up to you. Limited in stock on the pens, so if you want those, they're $12.95. Please grab them. Now let's pop those butterflies to one side. I do think that the pink and the grey, it's a must. Got to grab them both. Surely to goodness. Which is your favourite? Message in, let me know. I'm here this hour on my own. I'm all alone. I've had lovely Jenniffer Taylor in today. If you've missed any of the shows, you can watch them either back again on the website, or you can watch them on YouTube as well. We've got that capability. Now, dragonflies. Here we go. Here you dragonflies. Woohoo! Beautiful, simple, stylish design. This is your classic. Oh, we've had an image from Margaret. Oh, she's made a top out of the dragonfly and the toad. We didn't know it. Wow. Let's have a look. Oh, nice. Very nice, Margaret. You clever thing. Very lovely. Well done. It does lend itself to that, and this cool blue for summer. Nice. Very nice. Maybe, Margaret, are you one of those people that says, yes, I love that design, I'll have it in that and that colour. Have it in the blue. Now, to go with this, Producer Paul, would this be wrong? Would this be wrong to go yellow, orange and blue with it? Oh, I don't think so. I kind of like that. Yeah. Yes. I know it wasn't intended for it, but because the ocean works so well with that, it's a different take on it, isn't it? Ooh, so you've got your pumpkin and your bright yellow. It's giving it a completely different vibe. Oh, I do like that. This is your Oriental Vine Fabric Bundle, $11.45. Who would have thought that a yellow and an orange would go with so many things? We've used it with the greys, we've used it with the Oriental Bundle. We've got a message from June. Hello, June in East Sussex. She says, morning, my lovelies. Oh, no, not that one. We've seen that one. Different message. No, Sandy's hasn't come through, Producer Paul. It's June still. But hello, June. Hope you're still watching. Oh, well, we'll work on that. Sandy says, oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. Say that again. He's saying something that's making that he's, hubby, hubby. Has just called the order line. Oh, she just wanted to say very helpful and friendly. Thank you very much. Do you know they are? Because if staff here, if we ever want to order something, we have to phone the hotline as well. And they're always so chirpy. I rang them at it was 6:30 the other morning when we had something come in. It's like, oh yes, I need that. And they were lovely, even at 6:30 in the morning. Really lovely. They are there 24 hours a day. So even if you are watching this on YouTube, you can get hold of them any time of day or night, which is fab. Margaret in Cambridgeshire says, I made the top out of the taupe dragonfly, must get the blue now. Yes. Was that Margaret's picture that we shot? Oh, yes. Very nice. This is the dragonfly on its own that Margaret's going to make a top out of. So yes, Margaret is that sort of lady that now needs it in every colour, and I just don't blame you. It is, but that's going to keep you going for years because it's going to be an absolute classic. There we go. That is your Oriental, your Japanese garden, dragonfly in blue, $5.95. Lots of you going for the pens, by the way, which makes Producer Paul very happy because he loves his pens now. Do you want to see the pens very quickly? There we go. £12 and 95 pence. Those textile markers, I have to say, are great because they're double nibbed, so you get a fine one and then you get a thicker one. So if you're colouring in larger areas, use a thicker one. If you want to get that fine detailing in, then go in with that. To secure it, you can blend the colours actually as well, which Producer Paul had a go at. You can wash it at 40 degrees once you have set it, and you do that by ironing it. So you just get a hot iron on there, you're good to go. Obviously, follow the instructions rather than my because they are more helpful. $12.95 for those. TNCG 84, yes. Now, we've got you fabrics to go. Oh, no, you want to go with the thread? Well, I was just going to show, because I did go a little bit off-piste. with showing the Oriental Vine fabrics, but I just wanted to show you the fabric that was actually meant to go with your dragonflies. So we bought you this blue, and then you've got your linear in indigo. Oh, wouldn't your Sashiko look nice on that? And then we also have, there we go, that. Today's been Oriental Day, I feel, more than Wednesday Wonders. But it is. So we'll show you some of the other items that we've had, because if you are going Oriental, if you are bringing in all these different elements, then why not have a go at your Sashiko? Why not bring in some of your Kanzashi flowers and just get that whole vibe going? These fabrics here are $11.45 for your Oriental blue. They give that lovely cool tone, I think, to it. You know, maybe you want to... I love this indigo. And that's just picking up that background in there. Lovely. But then you've got that. You see, and it just lifts everything, doesn't it? And it's amazing. And then, you see, you get your threads, and you are good to go. Here we are. And I think any time that you get contrasting fabrics, then you are, aren't you? You're all set to... have a beautiful lining, or whether you're just going to really make a pattern pop by putting a plain with it. It's entirely up to you. $4.95 MNGC 67. If you've got any photos of your Oriental makes, if you've got some of your Sashiko, some of your Kanzashi flowers, we would love to see them, because this hour is kind of a roundup hour. We've got brand new fabrics on there, but I want you to see everything that we've got. Most popular now is the grey butterflies. Here's your grey. Classic, isn't it? Absolute classic, but just look at the detailing in that butterfly. And this is what got producer Paul all excited to get his pens out. Because you can highlight. Because, especially because they've got that fine nib on there. You can highlight that. $5.95 per half a metre. You decide how much. It is a bit like a negative, but it's so right. Positively right. SLMY 58. Oh yes. Oh yes. But I think any of these would work beautifully with sort of like that one with the bright pinks is going to work a treat. If you wanted to bring in the blues and the oranges and the yellows, it's going to work with those as well. Grey is that colour that works with everything. I would be making cushions with this. Maybe you want to make a doorstop or... Oh! Hang on. You know, in the first show with Jenniffer Taylor, we had the Debbie Shaw book and we showed you how to make the cube storage. Well, I'm just thinking, Producer Paul, you could have one storage thing in grey, one storage thing in pink, and you could alternate them, couldn't you? And then you could line them in these. And that would be fab. So if you want the fuchsia, $5.95 for your fuchsia, $5.95 for your grey. Details now on the website for that. But then if you want those pinks to mix in, and that's, I think, because Producer Paul said, what would I do with these? I would make storage baskets, and I would alternate them. They're going to look beautiful in a bedroom or in your bathroom. Line them with these. Each one slightly different. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I think that's what I would do. Now, talking of gorgeous, these are the books that we had in my Kanzashi hour. So, I did decorate the set with it all. I got a bit carried away, to be honest. So we've got here my floral bunting, if you will, a little flower in there as well. And this inspiration came from this book here, which was your Kanzashi in Bloom book. So I've got earrings. I've even got a hairband around my wrist there with one of them on. I'm going to find you the page with the earrings. Oh no, look, there's the hair bubble. That's the hair bubble one that made me make that one. Good, isn't it? I love this book. And then you could do a ring as well. Do you want? Well, how are we best to show this? There we go. So again, the ring made the same way as the earrings. I like that. Obviously, don't wash your hands with it on, but and here are the earrings. And I think what you'll notice today, yeah, I may have made some. Yeah. So it's just a different way. So maybe you've got a wedding or something coming up. Maybe you want to do a fascinator. Maybe you just want to decorate. You know, if only we knew where to get beads for jewellery. You know, our sister channel, Jewellery Maker. That'll see you right there. But then you see mixing the fabrics. Really beautiful. You can start to layer things up. Get a really professional finish. It's a great excuse to delve into your button box. Now here you've got a cuff. Now Jenniffer Taylor often wears a cuff just as a pin cushion. So you could do a Suffolk puff middle and use that as a pin cushion. But it's just another way, isn't it, to get some bright, vibrant fabrics. So $14.95 gets you all different kind of styles and ideas. Maybe you've got some felt left over from some of your projects. You can do felt flowers too. Or just bright, vibrant colours there. So you could do these out of your plains. Yeah. Where's a belt? Oh, there's all sorts, but beautiful for personalising and gifting as well. That's one of our books. The other one was our Japanese fabric flowers. This is the most popular out of the two. Here you've got 65 different decorative kanzashi makes. So your kanzashi is a Japanese traditional form of flower making, and they would traditionally do it so that it was in the hair, so that as they decorated the hair, it would look absolutely stunning with all of these flowers in there. So that's where it came from, and of course we've adopted it, we've changed it, we've made it our own, and we've done all sorts of different items. As soon as you've got really pretty fabrics, you just want to do as many different things as you can. Now, this book is different to the Kanzashi in Bloom book in that it shows you how to use your flower makers. We had these on the earlier show as well. So maybe you want to get the flower makers and then you know that every single petal is going to turn out exactly the same. If you're making them by hand, otherwise, they can be different. But if you need them exactly the same, maybe you're doing these to decorate tables, weddings, favors, things like that, and you want them absolutely exactly the same, then this is the way to go. Maybe you're making them to sell, then there it is. But look at the array that you can make. It's a veritable florist's. Just gorgeous. And then it shows you, now this was the book that I also said, if you've got a circle cutter, then this was the one to go for, because look, you've got this, starts off with some of the bases for your flowers as circles, and you've got all of those options. You can also do squares, it gives you squares as well. But they're all here, so you've got all of these different ways of making them. But then it also takes you through, if you've got the flower makers, how to use those flower makers as well. Because maybe, like me, you've ripped them open and you've thrown the packaging away. In which case, it's going to take you step by step through and show you all of these. It also shows you how to do the pumpkin. These make lovely pin cushions. In fact, that's what is Jenniffer still here? Do we know if she's still in the building or has she gone? Because she's got, she had a lovely pin cushion, actually with K facet material, which was made as the pumpkin. Tomorrow is Cave Day. Woohoo! 2 hours of the man himself tomorrow. 9 and 11. He's going to be here answering all our questions. Yes. Oh, I've got a message. Can you please give out the code again for Sewing Bee discount? Love the program with Tash. Thank you, says Andy. Yes, Andy, of course I can. SQD. So if you think of it as Sewing Quarter discount, and just take the first letter, SQD, Sewing Quarter discount, and you get £1.50 off your ticket, each of your tickets. So if there's a whole group of you going, that can soon add up, can't it? That is the Great British Sewing Bee. We are going to be there. Jenniffer Taylor's going to be there. Of course, that's how Jenniffer Taylor first hit our screens, was on the Great British Sewing Bee. I believe she was the second round of Great British Sewing Bee. So there we go. That is at XL London live for 21st to 24th of September. Looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. I've got to show you my favourite fabric. I've just got onto my favourite page in the book. Oh, do you want to see my favourite page? Yeah. Lily pad. I just think that is gorgeous. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but I'm going to make it and put it somewhere. I could make a fake pond. I could. Ah, I could put it on the side by the bar. Lovely book. £9.95, under £10. Great make. Right, let's waft my favourite fabric, which is this. Because we've had kind of a Japanesey feel today, this is my favourite. It's a classic. Oh, half the stock has gone already. We had quite a big stock of this as well. So well done for you for getting this today. Woohoo! But look at that. Oh gosh, if everybody checks out, actually there's only 10 metres left. We've got a lot more than 10 metres to wear. Look at that. It's, yeah, you see, it is that Sashiko background, isn't it? But I've only learnt about that from being here at Sewing Quarter. Otherwise, I wouldn't know. I'd go, oh, that's a pretty pattern in the background. But I wouldn't know that that was inspired by the Sashiko. So you've got that Japanese garden floral theme going here. That simple, stylish, beautiful background image on there. Producer Paul, now he's got his fabric pens out. What are you trying to colour on that bit? Everything. He wants to colour in everything. He wants to colour in the fabric. No, but it's meant to be simple and stylised. Don't go in with your fabric markers on this one. Do that on the butterflies. Say that for the butterflies. No, I'm not saying that. My son, who is 3, has discovered fabric markers as well. Oh, yeah. There was a lot of colouring in the other day. I'm not comparing Producer Paul to my 3-year-old son, but they both are about as equally excited about fabric markers, which is delightful. You see, because it's an ageless thing, isn't it? Once you get colouring and once you discover that beauty of colour, perfect. Right, if we're talking fabric markers, here we go. Great price. These are permanent fabric markers. They're permanent once you put your iron on there. They are £12.95. They're a great price. And you are getting 20 assorted colours in there. But they're double tipped as well. You get a thick end, you get a thin end, so you can go in with all that detail. But there they are. TNCG 84. Very handy to have. Maybe you're stocking up on things already, you know, keep those kids occupied. Have they reached boredom yet for the summer holidays? In which case, get them colouring things in, get them making maybe, colouring in the fabrics, and then they can make their own pencil cases and things for going back to school. But we've only got limited stock of that left. Lots of you going for it now, so it's limited stock. Please check out your baskets if you are after those fabric pens. Ooh, most popular bundle is the Orient of Vine. Because it's divine, apparently. Here we go. Yes, Producer Paul, it is divine. He's got a pun and he's not afraid to use it. So this is your Oriental Vine fabric bundle. So this was to go with that one. He's just going to keep saying that's divine fabric. Yes, it is, Producer Paul. Yeah. Yes, we get it. We've laughed. So you've got your bright yellow, you've got your pumpkin in your linear there. So that's giving you that texture. And then you've got your ocean, which all works in with that. What are you going to make with it? Message in, let me know. What are you going to get? Because this has been the most favourite bundle today. And I think, you know, absolutely lovely. Do you know what else I would be mixing in with it? I'm going there. I'm going there. Oh, yes. But there's no reason why. Because you've actually got this blue of this flower here. I wish I knew more about flowers. I could tell you what sort of flower it was. This blue here is the same as that blue of that flower there. Dragonfly there. So you could mix those. And then you see, because these go too. It works. It works. There. So you see, you could match those through. So you can mix and match. Yeah, do it. And then, of course, you need your threads. Don't forget your threads. Here are your threads. There we go. Producer Paul says they've got a bit of a gloss to them. They are they're polyester, so they are super strong when you're on there, but they do have a lovely sort of luster. So if you are dusting down your sewing machine and getting those lovely decorative stitches out, then this is a lovely thread to use. The thing with Gutermann is that when they manufacture their threads, the way that they do it means that the lint is extracted in the manufacture. So when you've used it, and I do notice the difference, when I use a Gutermann thread as opposed to just any old thread, what you get far less of is that fluff build-up in your machine, because you know it's been extracted as they've made the thread. So it's a great one as well if you're not wanting to get your machine serviced all that often. Then it's a great way to go. Now, we're going with the grey. I was just going to show Producer Paul. Actually, I just wanted to see if this went, because I think that works with it as well. If you're going for a different look, if you didn't want the oranges and the yellows and you wanted something a little calmer, a little more neutral, then I think this works too. Because actually this then picks up the Sashiko in the background. The latte picks up that in the background, but then you've also got this indigo, which is the colour of the stems, so that pulls that out. And then you've also got this paler blue, which complements beautifully with that one. So actually, I reckon that this is one that could work with it as well. So for your Oriental blue fabric, 1145, it gives it a completely different feel by bringing in those more muted tones. I like it. 1145, UZGC 83. Now, the grey fabric is the most popular out of the butterflies. I would say, if you get in the grey, pop a 1/2 metre of the pink in as well, and the fuchsia. If only to keep me happy. Then also so that you can do contrasting different things. Maybe you want to do 50-50 on a cushion, or you want to do 2/3 of the grey and then have a slice of pink cutting through. This is why Producer Paul wants the pens. £5.95 per 1/2 metre. And it's lovely because that's not a flat grey in the background. It's got kind of a linen-y texture to it as well. You can probably see it better from the underside. Can you see that it's got that kind of linen-y texture? Now you see, this is one that is pretty from the back as well as the front, isn't it? You know how when we have Tilly Rose on and she says, oh, I quite like to turn fabric the other way and use it that way. This would be a prime one. Should be all over that, I'm pretty sure. Now, last hour we saw Sashiko. Just to let you know, okay. So stocks are very low on both the bundles. We had 2 bundles for you. We had the starter kit for you, which is this one. Now, we're going to show you this so that we can check our stock levels, because we've told you that this sells out every time. And true to form today, and we did bring a lot to air of this today, we've got 5 left. If everybody checks out their baskets, there are only 5 left. So if you've left it in your basket, I can't guarantee it anymore, and I don't want anyone disappointed, because this will be the 3rd time that it sells out. But this is different to the other bundles, because this time we've managed to source Sashiko, official Sashiko needles. So these are longer, they're sharper. They mean that you can get more of that fabric on your needle to check your even stitch lengths. So that's why you've got that. So that's why it's going to sell out, you know, brand new needles in there. 8 different needles in there. You've got your pen, you've got your thread, you've got skeins rather, you've got your 1/2 meter of your indigo fabric there, and you've got your book. It's all about the book. Now, the other bundle, this is to make the cushion. So this is $21.45 to make this. You've got 2 different skeins. You've got the red, you've got the white. You've also got the thread in there, which means that you can sew your cushion up together. But that blue, the bottom blue fabric there, is actually a sort of a cherry blossom. So it works in really well with that Japanese feel. And of course, the background blue of that matches perfectly with the plain fabric that we've given you there. So it all ties up a treat. And then we've given you the warm and white so that you can quilt this. This can be a quilted project should you wish. All for $21.45. Now, we had some beautiful images sent in by you clever lot earlier. Thank you so much. Was it? And we had one of you had done a gorgeous quilt, like a sampler quilt of the Sashiko stitches. You could use that fabric to do that. We've put it together as a cushion, but actually you've got all of that that wadding there, so you could make that sampler quilt. But if you're going to do that, you're going to need the book, and the book is by itself as well. So if you haven't gone for the starter kit, but maybe you've gone for that fabric bundle, but you still need that book, and that book is key. This is your ultimate Sashiko source book, and it's $15.95, but it's got, it's like a year's worth of workshops in there. So, and this is what it's looking like. So when you get it and open up and have a peruse in there, it's got the inspiration for you. I mean, look at that. Absolutely stunning. And that's the fan design that we did today on today's shows. Paul, big fan of that. And then you've got step-by-step instructions, really clear, really visual, and it's showing you how to do that. So $15.95, pop that in your basket, and then you've got all of this inspiration. Get your different colours out. Maybe you've got embroidery threads there, just sitting there not doing anything. That's a gorgeous table runner. Really lovely. So maybe, you know, you have Japanese night. Look at that! That has got to be the absolute ultimate in Sashiko quilts. Just stunning. $15.95. Get it while we've got stock, because that doesn't last. It just doesn't last. Now, I was just thinking, I was going to show you the pink butterflies, but I was also thinking, if you were going to do your quilt, your Sashiko quilt, then you could use maybe the Oriental as the backing, or your dragonflies as your backing. Just a thought. But back to butterflies. We'll show you the Oriental after, but surely, if you're going grey, that sounds sort of like hair colour. If you're going grey, go pink. I'm not talking hair colour. I'm talking fabrics. But you see, this is the idea. For me, if you're going to do a cushion, imagine, big old cushion, isn't it? But why not have that flash of pink? And you could match up. It's lovely, isn't it? Or you could do something reversible. Maybe you want this as the lining, or, then you could flip it around and go, Or maybe you just want to have a strip of the grey across the top and have that. And it's a lovely, lovely way of playing things, I think. But also we've got a pink bundle for you. So maybe you just want to break it up with some plain. Are you quilting with it? Are you bag making with it? Is this going to be your lining? This is your Azalea Linea. Ooh. Butterfly pink bundle, 1.5 meters, 11.45. But you're getting all these different tones coming in. Actually, you start to get an idea, don't you, what a quilt would look like? Nice, isn't it? Yeah. I'd have to get the grey, though, to go with it. Cave says, if you are wondering which are dark colours and which are lighter colours, just look. He says, you know, that's all you have to do is just look. So, you know, maybe you want to use that as your dark colours because these are light. Cave's on tomorrow, 9 and 11. I don't just mean Cave Fabrics. We've got those, and we've got the most stunning quilt as well. Oh, am I not allowed to say about that? Oh, whoops, cat's out the bag there. But yes, the man, the myth, the legend, he is here, 9 and 11 tomorrow. But we've also got the brilliant Jess Entwistle, who is going to be showing us how to make the quilts. I'm jumping ahead. I'll tell you all about that later. But do grab this. It's one of those things, isn't it, that you look at it, just laying out your fabrics in different ways just gives you different ideas as to how to play with it. Now, when we were talking about Sashiko just a second ago, I said that if you're going to make a quilt, why not back it in an oriental fabric? You could do that, couldn't you? So you could back it on your oriental fabric. Very low in stock though now, so if you do want to do that sort of thing, if it's in your basket, we can't guarantee it, please check out your basket. $5.95. This is brand new today. Oh yes, brand new today. But you see, you know how we were saying with the other fabric about how you could, which colours you would work with to make it into a quilt. I think that you could work in the dragonflies as well, because you've got that blue there matches that blue there. They're both $5.95 per half a metre. You decide how much you want. Now maybe you then want to go with cooler shades, in which case go for your blue and mix that through. And this one here, Latte, actually matches. There's a very, very fine Sashiko stitch print in the back of this, and that is matching that. So if you wanted to go for that, then do. That's your blue oriental. But then we've also got a really bright oriental, which works as well. So whichever ones you're going with, if you buy, oh yes, this is a good point. If you buy 2 of these bundles, then you will get, they're already pre-cut. Normally when you buy, so if you buy the Dragonfly or the Oriental and you order 2, then it will come as a metre length. You'll get 2 half metres in one continuous length. But the bundles, they've already been cut. They've already been cut ready for you. So you would get 2 half-metre bundles. That's how it is. You wouldn't get 1 metre continuous. So just to clarify, I don't want anybody ordering something that, you know, not knowing what they're getting. So maybe you want a quilt like this. $11.45 for your Oriental vine, which is this, this, and this. Half a metre of each. But actually, I think that might be how I'd go, so that you've got the warmth of your pumpkin. You've got that brightness there in your bright yellow, but then you've got the calmness of the ocean blue there, mixed in with your classic dragonflies and this simple yet stylish, beautiful Oriental design. Oh, decisions. What are you going for? What? Oh, now, okay, so I've mentioned Kaif, I've teased you. Let's see what we've got coming up tomorrow. So it is Kaif Facet Special. We've tracked him down. We're getting him into the studio and we are going to find out what makes Kaif tick. So 8 a.m. we've got our Kaif Facet quilt. Jess Entwistle is here. She's going to be showing us how to tackle that quilt and really make it utterly stunning. Then at 9 o'clock, the man himself, Kaif, is here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Then 10 a.m. we've got the Kaif Facet cushion. So maybe a quilt is absolutely stunning, and then you want to have the cushion to go with it. Join us for that. And then at 11 a.m. Kaif is back. Well, then we're going to have a cup of tea or coffee in between, maybe a piece of cake if he's really lucky. But 11 a.m. Kaif is back for another hour-long chat. We're going to see how he puts colours together. We're going to quiz him on all of these things. And we've got a brand new quilt for you today. Super special. That is all coming up tomorrow. In fact, we've got quite a week of amazing designers in this week. So yes, let's have a look. Here's Kaif. There he is, master of colour. What's his quote? If in doubt, add 20 more colours. There he is. And I think that shines through in all of his work. But he is here. Can't wait. He is here tomorrow. Check out your baskets. Make sure you don't miss out on anything. It's been kind of Japanese Wednesday wonder today. Thank you ever so much for your company. And I will see you bright and early, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Follow us on Twitter for more inspiration, top tips, news, and share your own creations with us.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for the Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more.
Follow us on Instagram. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to get our latest posts.